Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, a good shepherd is he, the one that guides me. Though in darkness I find myself alone, I lack nothing, for my God above me his throne. All his love he has shown. Though in darkness I walk alone, in a world so cold, this is my life above me his throne. A silent storm of chaos follows close behind, but in him comfort I find. I find still waters flow gently, reminding me in him I find safety. Though in darkness I walk alone, in a world so cold, this is my life above me his throne. I don't walk alone no matter where I go. highest mountain or the back alleyways, the Lord with me He stays. He restores my soul, renewed, unbroken, His righteousness spoken. Though in darkness I walk alone, in a world so cold, this is my life, above me His throne. Guidance, protection, this is His love's reflection, guarding me from the opposition. The Lord's feet show me a righteous direction. Though in darkness I walk alone, in a world so cold, this is my life, above me His throne. Overflowing blessings, anointed with oil, the Lord protects my soul from eternal turmoil. My cup overflows, His mercy He shows, abundance He sows. Though in darkness I walk alone, in a world so cold, this is my life, above me His throne. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever, no matter where. For the Lord's goodness and mercy are in me, a faithful love entirely. Though in darkness I walk alone, in a world so cold, this is my life, above me His throne. I will fear no evil, for Thou art with me. I will fear no evil, for Thou art with me. Thou art with me. Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison.
manifesting through the pain. I reach for you like a fading ghost, like a vapor of smoke. You look back but didn't see me. One day you'll notice something missing, and you'll turn to look for me, and I'll be gone. Just a memory, a fleeting memory, forever chasing me like a haunted cemetery. Forever you'll be missing me. I'm manifesting through the pain, like a whisper lost in the rain. In the night I'd fading like a ghost train. You have only yourself to blame. An empty carriage, a carnival of pain, with ghosts standing in the rain. My memory, your pain. Just a memory, a fleeting memory, forever chasing me like a haunted cemetery. Forever you'll be missing me. I'm manifesting through the pain. In darkness you'll scream my name, but no one will hear. It's just you and your fear. I'll never be near. You'll imagine me, my hands are chained, my ghost to my knees. Please, Father, set me free. I know you see all the pain inside me. Rosary, Mother, Mother Mary, can you help me? Please, God, don't forsake me. Remember me, holding on tightly to my rosary. I'm a sinner, from cradle to grave. Jesus, I hope it is I that you save the tears I've cried regarding my life. Please, Lord, don't cut me out of the book of life. Rosary, Mother Mary, can you help me? Please, God, don't forsake me. Remember me, holding on tightly to my rosary. My repentant heart bleeds, my spirit cries. I'm completely dying inside. My sins are great. I've driven fire.
Spring on Dick Richards. Sorry for that. It took 20 minutes to get on. I didn't realize that it was going on this long.
Bro, I was trying to eat. What's going on?
Oh, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you, brother?
I've been better.
Yeah, I know. Sorry to hear that, pal. Truly.
Bunch of noise here. Let me kill the thing for a minute. All right, man.
How's your missus?
Yeah, so whatever. So, what do we got going on tonight, man? We got people who want to come on and tell a story.
Is there anybody in the waiting room?
Yeah, there's somebody in there.
I heard something pretty interesting the other day with a priest talking. I think he was Catholic, but he was studied in the Greek. And in Luke 21:11, when it talks about fearful sights, let me just read it real quick here for you because I think you'll find this really interesting. Nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, like they are now. And famines and pestilences. We've seen some weird pestilences going on lately. And fearful signs and great signs shall there be from heaven. If you look at the Greek, fearful signs means phobotron, which is monsters. Yeah. So are we not seeing that happening these days?
Yep.
Crazy, eh? Well, that's about all I got right now.
Yeah, the world's pretty messed up, dude. I mean,
yeah, isn't it? You hear about those laws they just passed in North Dakota and Georgia?
no, what happened?
The pestilence liability shield or pesticide liability shield, where you can't sue the manufacturer if you get sick, comes in January 2026, and it shields them from being sued for over 16,000 different chemical contaminations from Monsanto's.
Yeah, I remember when Obama made the head of Monsanto he made him the head of the FDA.
Oh, really?
Go look it up.
That's
He did that like that was his first year, but when he got reelected, he made him the head of the FDA. It was a CEO. He was one of the big shots at Monsanto. I don't know if
really.
he's CEO or the CEO. He was like up there. You can look it up. I mean, and they do these kind of things, and everybody just ignores it and talks like he was some great president, which is amazing to me because most of the people that talk about how great he was, he did nothing for them at all.
100%.
Like absolutely nothing good for them. So I can't really fathom like why they would be.
Because they're told to think like that. That's these kind of people. They believe what they're told and how to think, and they're told to think that way, so they do.
Yep.
They're parrots. Literally just squawking parrots in a cage. There's far too many of them around, unfortunately.
Yeah, most people don't. It shocks me too when you see what's happening in Europe and you see the immigration problem, and it's how can they sit there and literally justify the rape that's going on, the murder that's going on?
It's madness.
It's unbelievable. It's crazy. And then they justify it and they say, "Oh, diversity is our strength." No, it's not. Absolutely, it's not your strength.
No, they have the call to prayer 5 times a day in some of those towns now.
You're bringing people who have nothing in common with you to live around you, and they think nothing of assaulting or grabbing a young girl. What's funny though to me is that they say, "Oh, well, that's their culture. That's what they do in their country." No, in their country, they get stoned to death or killed for that.
100%.
A lot of those people that are coming from those countries, think about it. It is a third world country with very primitive people, very primitive values, and they're sending their absolute worst.
Yes, exactly.
The garbage is going to the other countries.
Exactly.
That is literally the garbage. Those are mentally ill garbage people. In fact, most of those countries, what they're sending to these other countries is their prisoners.
Yeah, exactly.
They emptied out the prisons. Yeah, I know, because one of my friends that lives, he's from Azerbaijan, and they emptied out the prisons and sent them to Europe. So the crime rate in those countries has dropped because a lot of the criminals are now in Italy. They're in France. They're in Germany. They're in England. They're in Ireland. And so what do you think is going to happen when all of those wackadoos go and they invade your country? They're going to be, whatever. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
And then they get held up in the nicest hotels, and they get a nice check every month, and they get completely funded to just sit around and do nothing but cause crime. I mean, it's the clergy plan, right?
Yeah, hang on one second.
Okay. Hope everybody is doing well tonight. I can't see the chat, so I can't even interact with anybody. So it's we'll just sit here for a minute. It's only going to get worse from here, friends. You need to really and truly find God through Christ. I just heard on the radio here in Canada that they need to build 3.2 million new houses in order to house all the people that they've brought in. So that's at least 3 cities the size of Toronto, and Toronto's what, the second or fourth?
So, yeah, I'm sorry. You came back on. I came back on here.
No worries. I was just saying that I heard on the radio today that they need to build 3.2 million houses in Canada to house all the people that they brought in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's a lot of people, man. I guarantee you the city the size of Toronto doesn't even have 1 million houses in it.
Yeah. So let's bring on our first person of the night here. What's going on, man? Chato, I like your shirt. It's nice.
Thanks, man. I heard it was limited edition.
It's very
Yeah,
limited.
bro. I haven't even ripped off the tag yet. Watch.
Yeah. So you're gonna rip it off?
I haven't ripped it off yet. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy.
Don't ever wear a shirt if you haven't washed it, because they actually have formaldehyde on them.
Oh, these do?
Mhm.
That's the good
Yeah.
stuff, though. It's the bug repellent, you know, that the stuff that gave us an army.
I learned that from drug dealers. I myself would not know about this, but if you just, drug dealers told me that if you put kilos and you wrap them in T-shirts, the dogs would become confused. This is what I heard. That's nothing. I have not tried.
It definitely
this out
has nothing to
myself.
do with fucking petroleum jelly, right?
Nothing.
Why don't you just vacuum seal it?
Hey man,
wash it with-
I don't know. Having never committed crimes in my life, I don't know how those things work, Richards. Okay,
Obviously.
I'll tell you, a double
You've
wrap
run into a
vacuum seal
lot of
bag.
strange people throughout your life, you know.
sure have.
Those dogs
Yeah.
have vacuum sealing smelling abilities, though.
The
They smell the vacuum.
the dog man comes out. He's like, something don't look right here. Let me see. So we
Yeah.
meet again.
Unless the dog's eyes are glowing red, then you know something's wrong.
Well, there's some weird stuff out there. If anybody
Mhm.
wants to come on and talk about it, we haven't had a call-in show in a while. We were getting rolling for a while. There was doing good, but it's been about 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to come on and talk about it,
I listened to that live stream about Eva the other night or last night. That was crazy. I didn't catch that one live, man. That was a very interesting story in that Lilith cult.
You're just now talking about that one?
Dude, I
Just
didn't
don't
see
blood.
it at the
They're all
time.
just blood cults, bro. They
He's
all
that
just
guy.
function
He's
the
that
same.
guy in the.
It's
at
just
the
always the
office.
same MO, dude. Just blood magic and sex cult magic.
Yeah.
What it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing. It doesn't matter who it is. Either side, they all drink blood or do weird stuff. So
you know, Richard, you remind me of the guy at the office party that's like, I saw Apocalypto. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I didn't know the Mayans were like that. Everybody's like, Apocalypto, what is that? Oh, the Mel Gibson movie from 20 years ago. He's like, yeah, I just saw it this past weekend with some friends. Okay, I don't have any friends actually. I saw it. On VHS. It was in my VHS collection.
Makes for a
You guys
great
are my
icebreaker
friends.
that party, Joe.
They're just like, everybody's already seen that and nobody remembers it now because it's been so long. Well, I want to talk about it now. How about that?
I've been watching.
No, loser. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about episode 280. We're over here on like 400 and something.
All right.
So get the program.
the blood sacrifices from the volunteering warriors.
Yeah, exactly. The
Yeah,
volunteers.
get 8 of them. You get
Yeah.
you get the sweet jaguar pelt, bro. I've always wanted.
I mean,
Yeah,
sounds like
man.
a pretty sweet deal to me.
Yeah.
You know, the Aztecs had a little tradition. There was one guy that they would take, and for an entire year, this guy was given everything his heart desired. Everything. He could be with any woman in the entire city of Tenochtitlan. He could just go, I want your wife. And
Tenochtitlan.
he could get her. He could have anything he wanted, like anything he wanted. He got fed whatever he wanted. He was treated like a god. If he disapproved of someone, he could have them beaten, right? This guy was treated like a god. But then on the 1-year anniversary of his capture, he was honored like a god, and he was taken to the top of the temple and had his heart removed.
Mm.
So what a deal. For an entire year, you get to be number one. And then, because all they ask is you give them your whole heart. That's it. 100%.
Was this like a constant thing, like
Who would've
every
done
year,
that?
like the seventh son of the seventh son, like in a cycle, in the circle? Was it like a thing that they kept going?
Yeah, they had to keep the sun coming back up by the blood of the willing. That's what they called them.
Yeah.
That was willing to do that. Nobody wants that.
But I mean, if they're willing to do it for a whole year,
I would have been like, you know what?
You
I
know?
want a long walk on the edge of the city, and then I'd have ran. I would have ran like you wouldn't
but they
believe.
probably
and they would
try to
start throwing
shoot an arrow in
spears
your
and
leg or
stuff, like
something.
in the Apocalypto movie where everybody throws their trap or whatever.
They would have. They would have done that, but I would have just zigzag fashion.
I don't know. You're a lot bigger than the guy in the movie, Wolf.
Yeah, You know, and having actually been taken hostage by 2 Guatemalans, you know, it's not that hard to escape.
I hate when that
Yeah.
happens.
Guatemalans
Especially when
are
you're on a
small.
cliff. They're small. You just toss them off the cliff. Especially when they like to stop and smoke. They smoke cigarettes, right? And you're like, un frajo, por favor. Ay, amigo, okay. And you're like, yeah. Oh, he fell. What an unfortunate accident. Psh, you do too. That's it.
Que descanse
But it
en
helps
paz.
if you're possessed of the spirit of Zype Totek. Turn into a jaguar.
Yeah, Hernan Cortez was awesome. That's all I
I
gotta say.
prefer
Go Hernan and the boys.
You know, Cortez, I'll give you a little story about him. Cortez did something that I do. What he did, I not mean like, you know, killing a bunch of Aztecs. What I'm talking about is like when he ran afoul of the governor of Cuba, he said, I need 6 boats. And the guy says, no, why you need those boats? And Cortez says, because I'm going to go conquer these people over here in this. And the governor says, I'm not going to do that. He says, well, I got a letter from the king right here. So Philip says to go do, you know, and he says, I'm not going to believe, we're going to send somebody and then they're going to bring somebody back. It'll take about 3 months and I'll give you an answer. Then the governor's probably going to find another excuse and say, by that point, we don't have it. It's not going to happen. So Cortez stole them. He stole 6 ships, loaded his troops and cannons and horses, and fled to Mexico. And just to make sure that his soldiers understood, he took his main lieutenants and he says, we're going to burn the ships. And they're like, excuse me? Yes, we're going to burn these ships. We're going to burn them. And they had just ran into the Tabascans on the coast, which they were not nice. And they were like, if everyone here is like that, that's a problem. And so he had one of his dissenters, he had him arrested and held at gunpoint. And he told the lieutenants that were loyal. And he says, do what I'm telling you, because we will not achieve our destiny if we have a way out. So he had his loyal soldiers burn the ships. That means you're stuck there. He sent one guy in ships to go back. He said, go back, turn yourself over to the governor and let them know where we're at. They'll eventually send people, but by the time they do, we will have already conquered this place. And they thought he was absolute Looney Tunes. In fact, I have an actual transcript from one of his guys. He says, "Tu quieres carajo, pendejo."
Oye, ¿qué te pasa, tío?
He told him, he says, yeah, no mentiras. For real, this is what happened.
Tío, you know, oye, joder, ¿qué pasa, tío?
¿Qué pasa, tu Cilia? What is wrong with you?
Joder.
What is your sesos? And no, they thought his sesos had come out of his ears. They thought that this guy had lost his freaking mind. He's gone around the bend. Why the hell would you burn the ships? That way you can't retreat. You have no way out. You have to decimate the people in front of you. It is a very cutesy poo little way to say, well, you know, they brought diseases. They killed all these people. That is actually one of the biggest lies that's ever been told. That's not what happened. You know who killed everybody? Cortez had 670 something people. It was his Indian allies that did the killing. Yep. The Tlaxcalans, who were bad mofos. The Aztecs were bad mofos, but the Tlaxcalans were bad mofos. They had. That's why
Tlaxcala is still renowned in Mexico.
Very renowned, very badass mofos. They were surrounded by these Aztecs, and they had one little mountain, and they defended it. And they had been defending it for decades. And gradually, the Aztecs had whittled away at it, but the Tlaxcalans were badasses.
But there's also like tons of wells and stuff, and like what do you call them? Yeah, tons of wells just filled with like Spanish armor and stuff and skeletons. So like also like the Aztecs and like the indigenous tribes did put up way more of battle than what's written in the history books.
Oh, they did, but here's
they
lost it to their Indian, the ones that they oppressed.
Yeah, but like, you know, there's always like an Uncle Tom, bro.
I think you'll be referring to, what is her name? La Minche, or what is her name?
Malinche. La Malinche, bro.
La Malinche. She was the
traitor. Malinche.
Right?
Yeah.
But the Tlaxcalans, they had enough of being bullied and taken hostage and had their families killed by the Aztecs. So did a lot of the other people around them. And so those Indians were like, we would do anything to overthrow these cannibal bastards, and they did. The Tabascans,
There's no
first-
record of like the human pozole, bro. Anywhere, man.
Pozole. Okay, morisqueta. I mean, like people that
But
"Oh, is
like
that
if you
morisqueta?"
were
That's
Hispanic
right.
of a certain height, like taller than a
Mhm.
certain height, you were descendant probably to the city of giants. Because when
Mhm.
Hernán Cortés first came here, he thought he arrived to a city of giants.
That's right.
Because the Aztecs, los Aztecas were like huge. Or
Yeah.
probably
Well, there
from
were
like
a
a certain
couple of
bloodline, like
giants
a descendancy,
that were part of the Aztec army.
Yes,
There-
there
there's
were.
even
I was
names
just going to
there.
say
There
that.
were
yeah, and
two
then
of
the
them.
feathered serpent that came, like that spread knowledge to them.
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl.
So Quetzalcoatl, you have him, but then they really worshipped Huitzilopochtli. That guy,
yeah,
was
the
really,
son of
really
the
bad.
god of the sun.
Mhm. And he was also the god of war and death. So there was a lot of and they believed in different turnings, like the earth had been, like 4 different, ages. One age everybody was devoured by jaguars, another one they were devoured by monkeys. It's a very weird thing. It's you had this city though too that was the sister city of Tenochtitlan. You know what it was called?
Atlan.
Don't tell anybody. Just whoever can get it in the chat.
Oh,
here.
my bad.
Let's see if somebody can get it in the chat. I'll
Tenochtitlan.
give you a shirt if you can get it in the chat. Without you got 10
If you're paying
seconds.
attention, I already give you the answer.
No, that's not the name of it. Aslan is the name of
It's
the
not?
whole region. No, that's the whole name. There was a sister city. You can look it up, Tony. Well, y'all take. They never can find anything when they look it up. They look
Does
at their phone. Millennials that look at their phone and go,
Does it start with an M?
No.
Okay, it's not the city I'm thinking of.
Let's see if anybody can get this here. Atlantis. No, that's not it.
It's probably buried like near the Bermuda. I don't know, bro. It's weird.
Okay, think I found it, but I can't.
Well, nobody's answered it, so go ahead.
So I can't even say it.
Say it.
Tlatelolco.
What?
I can't-
Tlapalamobbia.
Tilapia. Is that?
No.
What is it?
Let me make sure I got it right, because now you got me thinking I'm not correct. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about.
Give me a second.
Tlatelolco. Right.
That's
What
That's
is the
one of them.
sister city
The other
of?
one, Techno or whatever.
Hmm?
techno.
Tino.
Tino.
Talion, some of that.
Technotolonian.
Tenochtitlan.
Tenochtitlan is where they were from.
Yeah.
Yeah, they faced that giant when they were doing the street fighting in Tenochtitlan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that giant Aztec warrior that had a huge bounty on his head. That it was like probably a Nephilim.
Yeah, he was like 16 feet tall, man.
Whoa.
Yeah,
So
he like
it says here-
they put a huge bounty on his head.
Yeah, they did. I looked it up, and it says here, Tlatelolco, but that's got to be some kind of a.
Toluca?
Yeah, that's weird. That doesn't. That's not the
Mandela
city I
effect.
remember.
Maybe dude,
Toluca.
Toluca is probably like maybe Toluca. Toluca is the Aztec game of death though.
That's weird.
But maybe there is a city, a place called Toluca, like a soccer club too, Toluca, bro. Like
That's not the city that I remember.
Wasn't there a Toluca battalion at the Alamo?
Don't get me to line about that. I have no idea about that, dude.
some defecting Mexicans.
No, I'm pretty sure they were in the Mexican army.
Yeah.
Oh, at the Alamo, I thought you meant like people operating
yeah.
like in the side of defense.
No, the Toluca battalion. I'm pretty sure they killed.
Yeah, that
David
means
Bradford.
death. La muerte. That's the game of death is Toluca.
Well, I don't know.
Interesting.
It says that the sister city is Teotihuacan, but I remember it being Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan.
Yeah, Teotihuacan.
you
Teotihuacan
sure,
is the
local?
one I remember, but it was also known as the city of the gods, the city of giants, and the Aztecs. It was within their empire, but they didn't go there. they avoided it because they believed that it was a haunted place. And a lot of their stories there was a guy, the book, I need to go back and read it. I read it when I was a teenager, and it was written by, he was going to become a priest, and then he decided not to. And his dad was a general in the Spanish army. And he came up from Pizarro when they had conquered the Incans. And when they were done, there was an uprising amongst the Indios in Aslan, basically, and the Aztecs revolted or rebelled.
Nativos.
The mestizos, and so they ended up having a fight.
Nativos, natives, nativos.
This guy had his general was called up to help put it down, to squelch it. Cortez was actually in Cuba at the time when this went down, and so they came and they tried to stop it, which they did. But his dad stayed there, and this kid, he grew up amongst some of the Aztecs that became prisoners, and he got really close to them. So close, in fact, that they were like, "You're more like them than you are us." That's a problem. But he recorded a lot of like their legends and their stories, and I read a bunch of it, dude. And the book was really thick. I read it, and I was a teenager when I read it. But it was a father, like a padre, who recorded this stuff because he was that guy's priest. As that guy became a grown man, he gave him all this information. He translated because he learned Nahuatl, the language of the Aztecs.
I mean, Teotihuacan was known as the city of the gods.
It was the city of the gods, yeah. And that's where a lot of their gold was kept, which was so bizarre to the Spaniards that they were like, all of this gold is here.
Because it was so much in abundance that, because we held a different type of value to it than they did.
Yeah, they called it
the different monetary advancement, little coins, like little chunks of it, and it was so abundant in South America that they used it to build houses and shit.
Yeah, well, they didn't do that, but they did. They had a lot
city
of
gold, bro. What do they call it? What's that movie? That damn Pixar or DreamWorks movie where El Dorado, the city of El Dorado.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that movie. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Jeez,
I was literally thinking of that.
Well, what's crazy is when you look at the gold that was in Teotihuacan and all the other treasures, including jade, which was very valuable to them. They loved the green jade, turquoise, all these other things that they held in value more than they did the gold.
Did you see that? It came out I think last week about Japan talking about the amount of resources that Mexico has. And they were like, Mexico has more minerals and valuable resources than anybody that's around. Most people. I doubt more than Africa. I doubt more than Africa. I doubt more than Africa. But in comparison to the United States and other countries, bro, Mexico has it made more than anybody. But the amount of corruption and shit that's going down there, dude, all the bloodshed and got it's all the black magic, bro.
Look at their president.
They damn cursed themselves, dude. The whole land is cursed. And
I agree.
Venezuela. Yeah, dude. Even Venezuela too, bro. And I remember I sent you something about it was a video about I forgot where. Haiti. Yeah, it was the island of Haiti where one of the first presidents or whatever, the founders of the island, he pretty much sacrificed the future generations and everything to the lesser gods that they have over there for voodoo, or El Palo Mayombe, which is more hardcore, more original than voodoo and traditional Mexican black magic. So that dude pretty much said, hey, every future generation from here on forward for the prosper of this country, I give to you so that it's, I don't know, how they are. So yeah, but it's actually that's actually kind of written into the history of that whole thing of Haiti and voodoo and budong and Palo Mayombe, brujeria and all that stuff.
It's like Haiti.
Mitchell says, "Isn't the president of Mexico Jew?" Yes, Scheinbaum. Whoever thought that there'd be a woman?
I remember if you guys go on Abe's channel, I had an interaction with Wolf and Abe where I had a telepathic communication session with a unicornio negro, that was pretty hardcore. And yeah, it's real. It's real, dude. Like I wasn't surprised because I've been deep into martial arts since I was like really young, and like the 9 cuts, the Kujikiri, started with meditation, and I stole a book from my father that I shouldn't have stolen about telepathy, and so like when I started talking to this guy, it didn't surprise me, it didn't catch me off guard because I practiced this before using well, it was like unexpected. I wasn't like it's just in the moment, and I tried it out, and like it's just weird. I was able to communicate with my pet cat. So like I know that stuff works. So when I started talking to this guy, it didn't catch me off guard. Like it didn't surprise me. The only thing that surprised me was how he started the communication. Was right here. I'm right here in my dining area. I was standing right here, and I was looking this way. And like it's white and black tile, which is horrible, I know. But like I was like, I tested the spirits, you know. I was like, hey, is it true that being like people like you can like leave their body and do certain things? And he knocked like in between my feet right here, like upwards, just like dun, 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 like 7 times. And then I had like a telepathic conversation with that person. And yeah,
what did your cat have to say, bro?
Who?
What did your cat have to say?
Oh no, that cat, that's when I was a teenager. When I was like 14.
What did it tell you?
No, he didn't have anything to say. I just told him what to do. Like get on the bed, get off the bed, get back on. I was like walking 3 circles. No, wait. I was like So I was like, get on the bed. But like I wasn't saying it out loud. I was like, get on the bed, get off, get on, walk in a circle 3 times, sit, get off and sit back in front of me. And then I raised my hand without saying anything out loud. I was like, come pet yourself. And then ever since then, dude, after that, whenever I went like that to my cat, he would just come pet himself. Or whenever it was like past dark, when my little fucker didn't come home, I fed him dog food too, bro. We just go hunt in the valley and stuff over there. Like
cat food tastes better.
Yeah, you could see like what is it, Cristo Rey, and then Juarez, and I'm in El Paso.
No, I'm going to tell you the truth. Cat food tastes better than dog food
because they have
no, but like no, my cats ate dog food, bro. Like I had hold on, bro.
Chato. Hey,
what's up?
Cállate la boca, chato.
Cat food tastes better because
nobody way. Hey, no, look, seriously, cat food tastes better than dog food, and I'll tell you that's why dogs love to eat cat food, but it's not good for them. It's bad for their digestion. It's a little too rich. Dogs have a super high-powered olfactory system. It's stronger than cats, right? They can smell things like 1,000,000 times better than humans. It's unbelievable. Cats have a pretty potent one, but they have to have more flavored food. Yeah, where dogs don't. Their food could taste like cardboard to us, but it's delicious to them.
Yeah.
When they eat our food, it's like going to a fine French restaurant because they're not used to that kind of flavor.
A good tip.
Yeah. And that's why they eat cat shit. Pets, people don't know why dogs will eat cat shit because the cats poop out that delicious food. I mean, it's gross. It's absolutely gross. I wonder because
dogs
one of my
don't eat anything, bro.
Is now a furry.
I remember my fucking cousin was puking one time and the dog was just eating it right after he
dude. Dogs are gross. And then they look at you like, what? You know?
And they want to lick you and they're like, come on.
So get this. One of my friends, it's not his daughter, it's his niece. His niece is a furry. And I told him, I said, what does she identify as? She's a dog. She's a female dog. And I said, what? Does she eat cat shit? And he goes, no. He goes, make her eat cat shit. She's such a furry. Take her to the litter box and go, prove it to us. Prove your furriness.
If you're about that life, come on.
You're all about that furry life. Go eat that cat shit right there. If you're not eating the cat shit, you're not a dog.
They put litter boxes.
Cat shit.
They put litter boxes in the school in my town, bro.
Yeah, they put litter boxes. Yeah,
that's actually
they did that in Massachusetts, where my friend's from. But they had this little door. We have this little door that we put on our litter boxes so that the dogs can't get into it because the dogs like to eat cat shit. Especially 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them are.
Are terrible about it. One of them, she's like, "No, I'm good." I've seen her literally look at the other ones like,
bro. And then you have people that like just kiss their dogs, and the dogs are just licking their lips and like.
Yeah, I used to know this girl who used to just do that. She would do that. She would just lick the dog, lick her
Yeah,
face, let the dog
bro.
lick her mouth.
Ay.
Yeah. It was,
I
Hey,
love
well,
dogs.
I have like
Hey,
these
man,
tiny little
dogs
lemon
smells
trees,
good.
bro, outside. Like these are like the tiny little lemons that it gave me.
what?
And here's my nail
What
for
are
like
those?
size
The
comparison.
size of your finger? What's
When life gives you lemons, these are the lemons that life gives me, bro.
those are frijoles, man. What is that? That's not lemons.
For real, bro. Look, I have like these tiny little lemon trees. Look,
What is
You
that?
can't
This is
put
a
that in your
lime tree?
modelo.
on the lemon tree.
You drink a little bitty ass Modelo, like Modelo.
Modelito,
Those are like
modelitos.
daddy-sized lemons.
Ni limones son.
Nah, we drink full size Modelo and Clase Azul over here. That's what we drink.
Wow.
No, pues wow.
I like Modelo Negro. It's really good. That. I don't drink anymore, but when I did, I drank that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, those are some small.
But yeah,
lemons.
dude, here it is. Look, when life gives
Is that
you
even a
lemons.
lemon that looks like
What
a
is like they look like
Look,
lemon seeds.
man.
Limoncito. Should I cut one in half and put in the Modelo, bro?
limoncito. Lemons bebes.
The bebe.
The bebes. I don't know.
Bro,
That's
that
a
trips me
small.
out.
That's
But
a
like they
small
were laying
lemon.
in the soil with like little fruits just ready, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
They don't look ready, bro.
I don't know, man.
Not ready.
I'm colorblind too. So
When life gives you lemons, go get a refund because those are peanuts.
for
You said they're ready. No listo.
And for
Not
real,
ready, bro.
that
No,
tree over here, we had it was like all wilted and dried, and I started watering it with Analima water, and like
What is
it turns out
Analima
it's a
water?
fucking
Tell
huge
them,
apple
tell the
tree.
folks what that is, because I don't
Listen.
even know what that is.
So
What
like
is it?
yeah, we started watering with Analima, and it turns out it's an apple tree, dude. And there's like
Oh,
apples
wow.
all over the ground. And then I started watering my tomato
Those
plants
apples
with the
are swell,
Analima
man.
and the
What the
blue
fuck?
mat system, and now they're like
Some
literally
ugly-
falling over.
You got some ugly fruit, bro.
Yeah, like a
Ugh.
gravity fed automatic watering system. But yeah, it's tight. But yeah, like
So let me ask a question for the crowd, in case people might know Spanish, might not know Spanish. Don't tell them, Chado. Nobody, and Maddie, you don't. What is the Spanish word for apple? You have 5 seconds. Whoever can say it without cheating, I'll get you. You'll win a prize.
Oh man, I know this one.
Well, you know it. Everybody
hope
knows
so.
it.
You
If you're
speak
Mexican,
Spanish.
nobody. 4, 5 manzanas. Right? Nobody knows that. Oh well, you don't know it. But in Chado's case, it's manzanas feas. Those some ugly apples, bro. He goes, look at these apples. They're like white and square. Did you 3D print those? What is that?
I mean, the
boy.
tree was dead before I got here, so
Oof.
but now
Oh,
it's
now
bearing
it's
fruit.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? There you go. Somebody said manza.
Manzana.
It says manza, but it's manzana. You know what's weird? Say pineapple. You know pineapple?
Pineapple.
Yeah. You
Piña.
don't piña, right? But pineapple, banana is a pineapple. Right.
Wait, what?
Banana. For real. Look it up.
Banana is a pine. What?
Watch.
I'm like, what?
Let me see. Let me make sure I'm right. What do I do here? Is there a
Banana's a pineapple.
what's the app?
Well,
What do you use to translate?
Google Translate.
Do you speak into it?
no,
You can
just
type it.
Is Mexican Spanish different than Spanish? Like
Oh,
we
yeah.
speak in
Oh,
English?
Yeah,
Spanish,
you got you got Español Latino, and then you got Español Castilian, which is
Okay.
from Spain.
What? No,
Don't you
banana.
know about the
Tío, ¿qué
socials
pasa?
and the
¿Qué pasa,
socials?
tío?
Are you trying to find the word for banana?
Well, it says here
Plátano.
platanos.
It's plátano.
Plátano.
Yeah.
Platanos, right? But
Plantain, man.
what is it? It's pineapple is literally banana, isn't it?
Hold
Like
on.
look up pineapple.
No.
I thought it was just piña.
Piña, and banana and plátano are different, dude. But
Yeah,
piña
it's
is
piña.
pineapple.
Yeah,
Banana,
piña.
you can say banana or you can say plátano.
What is it? There's another way to say it.
There might be, but I don't know.
Okay, you know what?
Mhm.
Me and Anthony, it was a quiz the other day. It was one of those mind benders, right? And I helped him out. Like it was, I forgot what it was. I'm trying to remember. It was like several months ago.
Spanish 101 with PRT.
Yeah, but you learn a lot of Spanish. A Like the lady that took my order today, we would call her puta. And her boss, the patron, he was a real cabron.
That's really funny because at my job they call me puto, bro. It's kind of like, yeah.
¿Y por qué me dicen eso?
My Mexican friends call me maricón. That's a funny. People like they don't know what that is. It's like I saw it on a thread the other day. Somebody says, "Oh, I'm really popular. My Mexican friends call me maricón," but they don't. Everybody's like, "What does that mean?" They're not understanding it, right? So one of my black friends, he messaged me in private. He goes, "Hey man, I'm dating this Mexican girl. What does that mean?" Because her brothers. That's probably the brothers.
It's probably the brothers and the uncles calling the dad calling him a fucking
else too. And I said, "Hey, llantas."
Hey, Ticon, what's up, homie? Like they just fucking make him feel welcome. Yeah. They're insulting him.
They call him llantas way, man. I told him, listen, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing, bro. Because llantas means
no.
But then they're calling him that, and his name's Edwin. He's a real good guy.
Yeah.
But they're teasing. They get him drunk and then they say stupid things like that. I said that they say mayate or they say llantas. Yeah, I said don't let him do it because I know there's a saying. He says no. He goes they call me maricón. I said maricón is maricón. That's what they're doing. They're calling you names.
Now if they had Kong at the end of it, then that's really racist.
Yeah, and if definitely they say chango changuito,
Oh,
don't let them get away with that shit.
No.
That's when you got to throw those chingazos. I said, man, now it's time to throw hands, bro. And then boxeo. Now it's time.
You're like, este chango entiende.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's funny though when you look at these Mexican menus though, they'll put some stupid things like nachos compuestos, like compound for what? Like what is it compounded for? We're compounding
means that they're fixed, bro. Compuesto means fixed nachos.
Yeah, but it means compound. That's what it means. So it's like fixed.
No, compuesto
Like,
means
you don't even
fixed.
need to say it. Of course it's fixed. Like what Baboso goes, I want my nachos not done. Just throw them on a plate. I'll make them myself.
I want broken nachos.
They just want all the gringos to like struggle saying it. Like, can I have the? That's I feel like,
Compuesto nacho,
Gracias.
por favor. I took some Spanish in high school. No, there's this word that I know what it's pineapple. I forgot how it went. It was pineapple and banana are the same thing.
maybe
Plátano.
so many different dialects. So who knows?
Yeah,
Piña
but it's
colada, bro.
Colombian. It's in Colombian.
Okay, yeah, they say things different.
If we have a Colombian person in here, we have people from Colombia. Ananas. There you go. There it is. Thank you. Somebody told me. See, I knew it.
Just without the bean.
Yeah, ananas.
Really? I don't know. I don't know any Colombians. So
There you go. Somebody just. I knew I wasn't wrong. Like some people don't know what a camal is.
Comal.
No, well, yeah, like for real, like my
Yeah.
Venezuelan friends, because they work at a Mexican. You met them, the ones from the Flores.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
my grandmother was so
You
proficient.
don't have that
My
in
grandmother was
Venezuela.
so proficient with a comal that she was able to make like taffy and like hard candy and shit with like
What?
with, like the, yeah.
On the
My
comal.
grandmother
with a
was
comal?
badass. Dude, with a comal.
Nah,
with, like,
he
with
does.
the big,
How the hell you gonna make that with that?
it's made out of adobe. You know, like the comal de adobe, way. She was able to make bread, like lo que sea. Like,
Okay, I could see
anything out of
yeah.
yeah, dude. She was a master. Yeah, dude. In San Luis de Cordero Durango, she owned a kiosk like in the plaza, and she just sold food until the day that she passed away.
But
And like she provided for like a lot of people, like other
Is she
families
from
and stuff.
Mexico? Was she from
Yeah,
Mexico?
from Durango. Yeah, San Luis de
Durango,
Cordero.
Oh, my
okay.
family's from Durango.
Well, Durango, they can make anything.
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they take that cactuses, boy. I can't stand that shit.
Oh, nopales, yeah.
Nopales,
I love
I can't
nopal. I
stand
love it, bro.
nopales,
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
nopal with frijolito, dude. And like
Because you put in vinegar in it, anything.
and
it
like,
just
and like
tastes
not like
vinegar.
some grain coffee in the morning, dude. Like over the fire, like
Yeah.
shit.
Mm.
And then child labor. It's awesome.
I know it goes to the
Child
child
labor way, like he's-
Yeah, dude. You know,
Like,
fucking cutting down fucking.
yeah,
cane
you gotta
stock,
make
dude.
you gotta
That
make
was
the
awesome.
candy, though. You
Nah,
gotta
dude,
make
I'm not talking shit, bro. That shit was awesome, dude. Like I have a childhood that
Go to the
nobody else had.
Machado, fetch me some pilancio. Go, ándale.
The
No
carne
importa
asada,
si
bro.
tienes 3 años.
As long as your own grandmother doesn't call you a moja. My friend's
Mojado.
grandmother used to call him
That's what I used to say. Like that's
used to
fucked
call
up.
him mojito, like mojito, and then he'd say, "Ah, she called me mojito." I said, "She didn't say mojito. She called you mojado." I heard her, pinche mojado. Get out of here. Ándale, way. She's like, cállate la boca. She tell him straight up, "Shut up."
And that's fucked up because we were like in elementary school calling that like the non-citizen kids that like
My mom used
I
to
feel
hit
like
me.
Mexicans like
Mexican
clear
women would
language.
hit you with
not
every
from
syllable. They can.
like,
It's
no,
like,
like, hey,
they don't care. They just hit you.
No, bro. If you look up Aoi Elementary School, it's literally like less than a quarter mile away from the border, and like that's that. Yeah, like, but like at the height of the violence, they were like fucking. They had to build a wall like around the schools because there's an elementary school, middle school, and a high school. Like from the Chamital down to like a Puente Libre, and like yeah, bro, like they had to build walls and shit because there were stray bullets coming over and like
wow. Okay, so here's an easy one. Don't say it, but what is the Spanish word for school?
Escuela.
No.
Hey, come on, man. What?
Ponte listo. He said, don't say it. We know you know.
Tanto cabeza.
I don't know why his lemons are so small.
There's the lemons.
He's so excited. He grabs them early.
He doesn't
listen to instructions.
He's watching them grow.
When life gives you lemons, bro, you make fucking, I don't know what the fuck I can do with these.
Bro, that's what that is. Oh, well. We had it. We had somebody with Escuela. We're going to let people but you screwed it up.
Player alt account, Maddie. Madeline 1-1865 answered.
That's another Madeline.
So we're going to call those Yulas. Grapes. Those uvas. That's what he's got, and those aren't lemons.
No way grapes?
Uvas. Those are grapes.
Uvas are bigger than these, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Those look like uvas verde, like the green grapes.
Puras semillas que tienes.
Like grape seeds.
Grapes.
Nah, bro, these are lemons.
Those are raisins.
These are the lemons that life gave me, bro. You guys are just hating.
Yeah.
Where's your lemons?
Huevos.
I was being cheap with you, brother.
Times are tough.
Oh, shit.
Amazing.
Somebody says Scorpion. What's he doing here? What he says, the Portuguese spoken in Brazil is different than the Portuguese spoken in Portugal. How do you know that, Scorp?
I mean,
you know, like a few people that coach or
he has a cousin
that takes jiu-jitsu. Well, he knows a bunch of people that take jiu-jitsu. That's probably the only Portuguese he's heard is from those guys yelling at each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Guess what I got for like $25
from you? I can only imagine.
Check this out.
We're going on another tour.
Yeah, here we go. Another quest. Okay, so you speak French? Parlez-vous français?
Me?
Yeah. You're living in Canada.
No? I don't speak no frog, bro. I only
no frog.
All right, bro. Here, are you ready?
Okay. Oh wow. Vaqueros.
Check this out, bro. Yeah, look at this shit. It's old school.
Tony Romo approves.
Tony Romo.
Look at this shit now, dude. It's like old school, bro.
Huh.
Wow.
Like a fucking old school cowboy Letterman.
Hey, enough with the cussing, man. We're gonna get in
bro. And I were in downtown, like in downtown Colorado Springs, and like I was getting looked at sideways, bro. I don't know why.
Well, everybody in Colorado hates Texas.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at this shit, dude.
The whole cowboy thing, dude. They don't like Wyoming, Montana. They don't like Texans because Texans think they have the market cornered on being a cowboy, and they don't.
Texas does. It's like the biggest territory next to Mexico, though. So, like by title, kind of, they do have a fucking right. And I'm from there too. So fuck it.
Yeah. I bet you there's a lot of French words and Spanish words that people know that we have incorporated into the English language that you wouldn't even know that they were French or Spanish. You wouldn't even know because they've been incorporated into it.
A coup d'etat.
Well, okay, so like you know how you can say fool, like just call somebody a fool is
imbecile without the L.
Imbecile is a French word.
Yeah.
Chateau.
Yeah, but we also say Spanish imbecile.
There's no equivalent to that in English.
A coup. I mean, that's a
coup. Yeah.
And imbecile and imbecile are like literally just direct translations and pronounced in like the same syllables.
What's up, Tony?
Imbecile.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good, yourself?
Good. You're not going to show us yourself. You're going to hide behind your thing there under fire. You're not going to show us who you are.
Well, depending on what I talk about, I may not want to put my face on the net.
You have a beard like you have a beard like the Viking?
I would love to. Unfortunately, when I look, I would lose my beard if I had one.
Joke's on you, Under Fire. We already have your image.
We've captured it.
Well, nowadays it's
They have your IP address.
oh, I'm sure you guys do.
How are you guys tonight? All right.
Well, doing pretty good. Had a
What
little.
you guys got? What you guys got for me tonight? What are we doing here? People, I think it's going to be kind of awkward tonight because we haven't done a call
Yeah.
in weeks,
People probably
so they probably kind of forgot about it. You know.
Well, I certainly came on so you were looking for some stories, and of course, I got plenty I can always share. I've had a recent experience which I did post on your Facebook group. I thought you guys might like to hear about it here in person.
Jake, how you doing? Yeah, go ahead. Tell the story. Under fire.
Well, it was
Doing good.
good. It was 2 Fridays ago. I come out, I'm cleaning out a bunch of mulch and stuff like that builds up behind one of the machines. And I come out just to stretch my muzzles and stuff because it gets kind of cramped. You have to bend down really to get the stuff out. And I see across the empty lot to the field a white orb, probably about the size of a goodness, put 4 cars together, right? 4 average cars together. It's probably roughly about the size. And it's sitting there probably about 50 to 60 meters above the ground. There's nothing out there in the field. It's an unnatural white light. There's no light posts. There's no nothing out there. There's nothing I've seen in our area that looks like it. And it's just kind of sitting there. And I look at it for about 6 seconds. Then it begins to fade and then tint a little bit and then just vanish on the spot. Now, I've seen orbs before in this other side of the factory I'm working at. Above the road I came down, it's always early in the morning. And one of the times I've seen the orb in the city where I live when I was walking during the evening above me in the sky. I've got photos of those 2 first times. Not of this one, though. It was 2. I just didn't expect this. I didn't take my phone out and take a picture of it. But yeah, I've seen these orbs several times. The ones I saw before, that was in front of this factory. We went up on the road with 3 of them. And I saw them like for an entire month coming down several times. I even got a coworker to confirm that he saw it with me, and he got scared. He went inside quickly. The one over the city I saw, I actually kind of mind spoke out and tested it, rebuked the name Jesus Christ, or tested it. Do you know Jesus? No response. It's just kind of sitting there. I zoomed in the best I could with my phone. The one that was on the front of the factory. This is the kind of second time with the 3 lined up. I can't make out exactly what's inside of it. There's certainly something inside of it, but you can't make out for sure because the quality isn't there. I could definitely send it to you, Josh, if you want to look at it, but I can't determine myself. There is something inside of it, but I can't determine what it is. But there's one that's behind the factory that just was completely unexpected. It's just there, and it just vanishes. And then eventually some people come out, look at the field and stuff. No one notices it, just me.
Hold on, I got work going on here.
The spiritual world is very real, bro, and like not everybody experiences the same things, but you feel them for a reason.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
Where the wheel goes, the spirit of the living being goes, man. Because the spirit of the living being is in the wheel or in the orb.
Yeah.
It's like an interdimensional taxi.
And it's like Josh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
the orb.
got to tell you something.
Yep.
Hang on one second.
There's even been like stories of like Bigfoot and like Dogman emerging from orbs because they
Oh, yeah.
ride them.
Yep.
Tons of
And
things.
even if you watch like the cartoon, like the satire cartoon on YouTube called Sassy the Sasquatch,
Yeah.
they even incorporate orbs and shit in there.
Glenda the Good Witch showed up and riding in an orb for crying out loud in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
So you guys, I'm gonna give you a little something here, a little caveat here, because there's not even 300 people in here tonight. But coming up next, not this Thursday. This Thursday will be the last one we recorded with you, Dick, where you were like the co-host or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But we have 2 episodes we recorded since then, and that's going to come out next week. Is Tuesday, which is that's the members only, right? No, that's the next Tuesday will be the Patreon episode. So coming up on Tuesday, if you guys haven't joined the Patreon, join the Patreon, because next Tuesday will be the first day that we will be members only on the or Patreon. It'll be the paywall. Thursday will be the members only show that we do here. And I don't know which one we're going to do first, but we did one that was about the Xian in the region of the Xinjiang, which is from China.
I would like to hear about them.
There was a guy named Hen that gave us a story, and it's hard. It's a hard to believe story if it's true. But then again, you know, when it comes to this military stuff, you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what to believe, especially from another country. And this guy, he is a believable guy. He doesn't talk like in a sensationalist way. He just tells me this is what happened, and I'm inclined to believe it. But what happened, and we were talking about orbs here, and just to give you a little teaser about it, you know, it is an epic story, and we go really in depth on it. But it's they were looking for one of the 8 immortals, in fact 2, and they may have found something.
The Nagas, from Asia, right? The Nagas are like
this is different though. This thing, that one of the immortals, he came to them in the form of an orb, like a golden orb. Like it was gold.
Interesting.
So it's very interesting, and that'll come out on Tuesday. So be ready for that.
It's the Nakash.
Jake, you keep jumping off, man. What's going on here?
Internet connection.
Jake, did you have something you wanted to talk about? Because, you know, haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it was. I gave a couple of stories to Nellie before stuff went. Before she went to the hospital, because on the site she had on Facebook, she said, you know, if you have little stories that you've experienced, send them to me.
Mm-hmm.
One of my experiences was, and she told me, you know, next time there's a live, come on. So
yeah,
one of the things I experienced, I was coming back from Fort Worth and I was driving.
Wait, hold on. This is good things you experienced?
No, hell no.
Okay, good. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
We want to hear all the horror stuff that happened to you. He has something good, and you need to take it somewhere else. This right here, we got here the juicy stuff.
You're having a good day.
Look, Dick Richards gets all excited. Look at him.
Make me feel normal too.
Everybody's like, look at PRT. They're rejoicing in the evil. Good thing I'm
no, we're not, dude. Hey, like, these are look. The devil doesn't come after the damned.
No,
the
you're
devil
right.
only chases after the Christians, bro. And that's why this is important. This is why we have to share our experiences. This is why PRT is so great, because we can just come on and do this.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I'm coming back from Fort Worth and I'm thinking nothing of it. I'm passing Austin on my way back down to the valley. As I'm passing that damn city, the only way I can explain it is that something projected an image into my head of a giant white eye opening in front of the city.
Hey, I had that experience too. Yeah.
Blink twice and then look at me like a giant eye of Sauron. What the fuck?
Were you trying to convince everybody else that it wasn't real? That the whole projection, like the whole time, because I had a similar dream where there's a giant eye and like people were panicking, and I knew for some reason that it was just a projection and that it wasn't real. And like I was trying to warn people, but like they just panicked and like chaos ensued.
The only person that saw it was me, because it forcefully whatever this was forcefully projected that into my head. As I was driving, I damn near went off road and went off the bridge because the pain in my head was just so intense.
Yeah.
It took everything in me to keep my hands straight and not to just pass out. And the whole time I can hear, get away, get away, get away.
Yeah.
And
next time you have a similar experience, try saying the word Hosanna 3 times. But I almost died like in May this year. Like coming home from Cali, like driving home. like the weather pattern was completely different on the other side of the tunnel. But I went through a tunnel, and like on the other side, I just came out and there was like nothing but like ice and snow on the other side. And I was like, but 45 minutes before that, I kept hearing the word Hosanna like in my head. Like, say this word, keep saying this word. And then I Googled it, and it means God save us. And like, yeah, I came out on the other side of the tunnel, and I fishtailed 4 times, dude. Like, I barely like grazed the barrier, like a concrete barrier. If I would have hit it, I probably would have bounced off, but there was like a 400-foot drop on the other side.
Wow.
And I meant to say, God protect me, but the only words that came out was God protect. And then like, it felt like somebody literally grabbed my truck and just put it, like placed it somewhere safe. And I was like, that's insane. So like, the word Hosanna actually carries power.
So I
Ancient
gotta
Greek,
say
it means
something,
God
guys.
save us.
Everybody listen to what I'm going to say. Let's try to cut down on the F word here, because some people are saying, hey, it's not, it's not appropriate. I try not to say it much, but I have said it a few times on here. I want to set an example for people to be like, oh, okay. So Zan was asking a question. He says, how much does it cost? Well, the members only thing is $5 on, and you'll get an episode a week for the, what is it? You explain it? No. That's
The
different.
YouTube membership is $5 a month.
Explain both things so people understand and how to do it. So because people are confused.
If you're early enough or sometimes late enough, I buy a bunch of memberships and stuff.
Yeah. So the YouTube membership is a $5 a month thing. It'll give you access to one of the weekly pre-recorded podcast episodes that we drop, and the Patreon is a separate thing. The Patreon goes from $10 to $50 tiers, and that gives you access to the other pre-recorded podcast episode we get in addition to the swag bags, and as you sign up for the higher tiers, you'll get more and more in your swag bags. But yeah, regardless, you're going to get autographed books from paranormal authors, shirts, stickers, keychains.
And there's no way for us to incorporate that membership thing, because the membership, we didn't know what to do with it. YouTube made that a thing, and we had no control over it. So I started seeing people's name in green, and I'm like, what do we give them? Because all of our content was free.
Yeah, because people wanted to support the show, but they didn't know how to use Patreon, and we already had our Patreon up, so we decided that, well, we can do like a $5 a month thing on YouTube memberships for people who don't know how to use Patreon.
Okay, and so whenever we drop the episode on Tuesday, that's the $5 membership one. The Thursday episodes, this is starting in next week.
Yeah.
The Thursday episode will be a Patreon episode, and you'll get your swag bag and you'll get that extra episode. So it's worth it. It's a lot of bang for your buck. That is going to be one episode a month, but then we're probably going to start after Thanksgiving. We're going to start doing 2. We're going to do a live stream and a pre-record, so you're going to get a lot for being a Patreon member. We're trying to move everything over. It's going to help cut down on the trolls too, and it's going to help support the show. And these people who watch our show just to mock us and do everything they can to destroy us, they just watch everything we do and turn us in. And they have literally, at this point, they have mass reported us into oblivion. We're barely growing at this point. We're like 300 subscribers a month. It'll go back up, but
yeah,
they've done this.
It's just like the more your channel gets mass reported, the more the YouTube suppresses exposure to the algorithm. So like we're not
also
really
like the more you donate, like right now, dude, like the more you help the fucking show before it takes off.
We
like,
just said to stop saying the F word.
My bad, Wolf. Yeah, I'm like,
we're going to kill our algorithm doing that.
I was a staff sergeant, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
It shows.
I'm sorry, Wolf.
So what you got to do, guys, is you can donate anytime to help out the show. That helps it tremendously too. But a good way to support the show is just to join the Patreon, and I encourage everyone to do that, because you're going to get a lot of stuff out of it. And if you're a $10 Patreon member, you're making out like a bandit. I mean, if you're a $50 tier, you're really making out. So it just goes up, so they don't have to do anything. If they join the Patreon, they'll see the show on there.
Yeah.
Right. It'll be on there.
Yeah.
You automatically, because you're on the Patreon. Now, if you send us messages on the Patreon, me personally, I'm not going to get those. I don't check those. I check the emails. So, and when I come across somebody saying, "Hey, I won," and they send the email to me, I turn it over to one of them. There's 8 of us now, 8 people, right? So I'm one of the 8 people, and I'm not the one that uses almost ever the Paranormal Roundtable logo. People say, "Hey, Wolf, I'll be in the chat too." I use Josh Turner. I don't use that. 4 other people use that. These 2 and Nelly, and sometimes D. I don't use that, so it's not me that uses that. So if you're saying hi, I mean, yeah, that's cool. It's Paranormal Roundtable, but it's not me. It's not. I'm not in control of that at all. Paranormal Roundtable page. I'm not the one that uses. I'm not the one that does it. I'm not the admin for any of that stuff. I don't mess with it. I hardly ever do anything with that. I don't have time. But if you send me messages, sometimes you'll be answered by me on the email, but sometimes you'll be answered by someone else. So just so you know, that's not really. You may talk to me, you may not. And I'm pretty accessible. I'm not like I'm the man behind the curtain, you know. No, I'm not the great Oz. I mean, some of you guys have talked to me in private. I know multiple people in the chat have talked to me in private and given me their stories. So it's not like, you know, I'm some unattainable person that you can't talk to. I try to be very available. But over the last 2 years, we've been at war with some very vicious trolls, and they don't play nice, and they use multiple fake accounts, and they like to go in and pretend to be other people and say things and get people to turn, and they've been successful somewhat. So they're like, I equate it to bed bugs. Bed bugs are impossible to get rid of. These people the same way. If you ever get bed bugs, man, it's a horrible thing. Our neighbors had them at one time, and they were over there telling me about it. I'm like, oh, don't get too close from doing all that shit on me. It's just like, I'm like, how do we get those again? They're over there scratching. Well, you know, if I was in your yard, and I'm like, well, good thing you're in the street. You push them. Go wash your hand.
Don't even touch them. Yeah.
At that point,
Dude, one time me and Nelly were working at a job site, and we started itching, and Nelly goes, I just had a bug on me. And it was at I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't the one where our field captain's daughter works. It was the one next to it. I don't say the name of it. You know what I'm talking about. And we were in there in that break room, and I'm telling you, there were bed bugs in that common area. We went home, we took our clothes, threw them in the wash. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I had to fight to get in the shower. I was like, I'm showering first. She's like, no, it's crawling. Probably just in our minds.
Yeah, but
we did see one, you know, so. And then Tex was telling me about getting them from a hotel or someone he was at a conference. I know a lot of people who've stayed at places where they had them in the hotels.
Yeah, you're supposed to like check the beds before you even.
Well, that one that we went to, Tony, when we were with Alec, remember, and Barton.
That was horrible.
That one, they had bed bugs. And we were like immediately got the heck out of that room because we were 3 rooms. Yeah, it was me, Nelly, Barton, Letitia, him, and Alec. There's 2 in each room.
Me and Alec were sharing.
They all had bed bugs.
Oh,
yeah, over there in what was it called?
Paris?
No, not in Paris. Not Paris. That's where we had our conference at. That place was nice.
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Yeah.
Started with a B. Jefferson. Started with a B. Jefferson. You know what I'm talking about? Abraham Lincoln. You know, Jabraham Lincoln. You know what I'm talking about, right? Wore a big hat, ran real fast.
No, I mean the first room they gave me and Alec, we went in there.
It was nasty.
And it was still dirty. There was like ashtray full of stuff. There was just like trash all over the bed. The bed wasn't even made.
That's where I met Larry.
And I was
Larry
like,
was like, let me tell you about Bigfoot. My Lord Savior, Bigfoot. Wouldn't stop talking. I'm like, I'm trying to complain to this guy, and the guy's like,
It should have been like a fucking immediate sign, dude. It was just nothing good.
This man is talking in my ear. I cannot understand you. Why would I ever give you a room that was dirty? Do I look dirty to you? And I was like, you look dirty too. Not 33, 32. No, he was just, and then, you know, they, okay, we'll give you another room. They gave us another room that was dirty also. I was going to be kidding me, man. I was ready to flip a coin. I was like, okay, heads, you take the, I was talking to Barton, like, heads, tails, you take, you know, it was bad. It was a really bad experience. Really, really
Just
bad.
sleep in the truck at that point, bro.
Right.
And then there was a guy there that was, the first night we were at that Friday night, and Barton got into it with him. I said, man, this isn't going to be a good time. And we all know how things went, you know.
Did he bring out his sword?
Yeah, he actually had it with him. You know, Oh well, it sucks, man. It really sucks because he was one of the people that they managed to con into their bullshit. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, Charles says spray bed bugs with rubbing alcohol and they stand up dead. They stand up dead. That must be a typo there, Charles. I don't know what Charles is talking about.
You ever heard of the junkies smoking bed bugs?
Oh, I've heard. I think I heard of that.
Yeah. How is that? They're full of blood. What are you smoking? Blood?
I don't know. I just heard that that's a thing.
So we have another guy in the chat here, Johnny S. or Johnny. He's Johnny S. What, Johnny? You want to say hi?
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, you're not. You don't go by the name Johnny Preacher, do you?
Negative.
Okay,
We're actually friends on Facebook.
Are we? Okay, so you don't go by Johnny.
Yeah, I go by Johnny, but my last name's Sweeney.
Okay, so did you? I used to have a friend named John Sweeney. So, but that's not you though. But did you and I talk about? Did you tell me your stories?
No. I know we talked a little bit, like when my mom died and stuff like that. But
okay, because there was a guy named John Sweeney that gave me his story. He was from Palestine, Texas.
Oh no,
okay. Must be a different one. Talked to a lot of people. So what do you got for us, man?
Well, I have a few. Like most of my stories are up around Fort Worth. Like one night, me and my wife, you know where Village Creek MX track is, by chance? South Fort Worth.
I don't think so.
Well, one of the roads over there, me and my wife was walking down the road at night on our horses, and one of the hills over there, we see this person, or what we thought was a person, walk across the road, like sort of skyline itself, and it just walks off the road into a field, but where the field was, like there was no flashlight, nothing. Like I went down into the ditch to try to skyline it a little bit more, didn't see nothing. Then basically when we got up there nothing. But where it walked across the road into the field, it would have had to hop over a barbed wire fence that was rickety, and it was just nothing but briars and stuff like that. But the way that it was coming across the hill, you could tell that it was sort of coming down at us because it was getting lower. I don't know. That's me and her.
Sorry,
I mean, both of us saw it, but
what did it look like? What did it look like again?
Just like a dark shadow, basically. Mm-hmm. Basically, like if you had a person, but like off in the distance. I mean, we're probably maybe 100 foot to 200 feet from it. And I mean, there was light on the other side of the hill where it was, you can basically behind the image, so you could see it as it was walking across. But
was this anywhere near the Trinity, like downtown area at all?
Negative.
No.
So I don't know what the river is that runs through there, but I mean it's a floodplain.
Yeah.
Where the motocross track is.
Well, the Trinity runs through there.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Trinity runs through Fort Worth, the Brazos runs through Waco, and then the Lower Colorado runs through Austin. You know, the San Jacinto runs through Hugh. All these cities are built on the rivers, and then they dam them up and they call them lakes. But they're not lakes; they're just like tributaries and things like that of these big, really large, powerful rivers, and they're very big and powerful.
Like I know the river there. Like there's a couple of car holes down into the river. I don't know if it's people dumping them or maybe they got caught in a flood through there, because it's flooded out several times where the water was coming up over the road and everything.
The reason I ask is because I got some stories. We had a guy come on the show one time. Can't remember his name, but he used to work at that big country and western bar right there downtown by the Stockyard.
Like
what? Billy Bob's, or what's it called? Is it?
Is Billy? Hell, I was never into the bar scene, so I
Yeah,
I mean,
he
the
used to
only
be a
time I
bouncer.
rode through the stockyards was on motorcycles.
Wow. Yeah, because I like to go there when they run the steers through there. It's pretty cool. It's a neat little thing to do. I always end up there when it's hot as hell for some reason.
I always at the rodeo when it's hot.
Yeah, we go to the rodeo. But this guy he was telling us a story about this black shadow right there by, and I can't remember if he told us or if he told it on the show. I thought he told it on the show, but it was right there by the river, by the Trinity. You said it was South Fort Worth, so that can't be right. But it was close to when he was getting off work and he went up the road to get something to eat. There was like a Burger King up there. But anyways, he pulled in when he came back by the river. He pulled in to go and eat, and there was like this abandoned building right there. And he sees this really large black cat. But it couldn't have been a cat, because it was almost the size of a horse. And then he went into the water, and when it got out to the other side, it was like a shadow. It was like a shadow of a man that came out of the water. Do y'all remember that? I must, if either that or he told me that, and I never. His name was Miguel, the guy that told him. Maybe he didn't. He told me, and I was gonna put him on. I don't know. I have so much going on. But shout out to Chris Kramer. Kramer, I know why you came on tonight, because I called you out for being gay, and that's because you're an Eagles fan. I don't want to offend homosexuals out there by calling you Eagles fans. I don't want to offend you, okay?
It's all right, man.
Assless chaps, whatever. But Eagles fans,
That's where we draw the line.
we draw the line at Eagles fans. Being Eagles fans is disgusting.
If you want to wear the color, if you want to wear the choke collar, it's on you, dude.
You can get some therapy, man.
Get some help. Get some help. So I tagged Kramer in this, whatever. It says a man will sit there and act like he's completely straight and watch the Eagles game.
Wearing the dog.
I know Kramer was probably like, that's how the Cowboys are.
Oh my God.
He's like, come on, man. Yeah, come on, man. That's a gay statement in of itself. No, dude. Not doing that. That's the Eagles fan for you folks. And like I said, no offense to the homosexual community. I don't want to offend them, but Eagles, come on. I mean, it's always sunny in Philadelphia. The main character is like, come on, I got to just admit it. As an Eagles fan, he just said, to heck with it. I'm going to be a gay character. He had to represent, because the Eagles, I can handle, like the Phillies. But there's just something about the Eagles, and don't get me wrong, my hometown is green. We're green.
And the Ducks.
The Ducks, right? Except we're a different bird. We're a cool bird. We're the Ducks. Something about the Eagles. I just can't stand them. I see them, I shoot at them. And then the game board comes arrest your ass. Like, sir, you just shot at that bird. Sir, I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. They're like, well, that's a Texas Eagle, and you're going to jail. I didn't think that one through. Chris says, don't make me jump on tonight. We're good, man. We're good. We don't want you coming and attacking us with your eagleness.
We don't want no smoke.
We don't want that smoke. Yeah, see, Law Morgan knows Mac. That's his name. Mac is gay.
Oh, yeah.
Mac is gay. But the way he
somebody just fucking highlighted it, dude.
It's very disparaging the way he does it, though,
Lawrence, jump on, man. Tell your stories. Come on.
Lawrence,
Lawrence,
come on. And one of us.
Called out,
one of us. One of us. Come on. Get up here. Do what you got to do. Oh, no, Rich Sykes. Rich is almost as bad. I'll give you a slight pass. If the Eagles hadn't just won the Super Bowl, I'd be like, ugh. But I'm a Giants fan. That ain't much better. That just means you don't wear the assless chaps to the Iron Bull. Or what is the place called? The Iron Bear. Yeah, you go to the Iron Bear.
Don't wear your assless chaps to Iron Bear, dude.
Hey, you know what we got to do? Make a meme with Kramer and Sykes. He's wearing like the Giants and the Eagles jerseys, and they're dancing around the Iron Bear.
Oh, that makes sense.
You go in and you're like, it's a joke. It's a joke. I was touching this man's joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. He's a
damn. It's just jokes.
Oh shoot! Look, Chris says he's talking. He says we got the Giants first. You get to beat up on the Giants first. Oh my gosh!
I've never seen such a I've never seen such a thrown game as that last Super Bowl game. That was
That
stupid.
was horrible.
That was stupid. How many billions of dollars in betting money went down the drain on that
This
one?
is now Paranormal Sports Table with your presenter, Josh Turner.
You just see a mouth. It looked like that shirt that Richard was wearing the other day with the dog.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
Yo, these motherfucking Cowboys is doing straight black magic, yo.
You got Tony's Vietnamese family all worked up with that dog. They're like, oh look, dog, big dog. You got to explain to them. You're like, look. These are pets. All right, damn it. I keep taking them when you're disappearing. Then you want to give me fall.
So my cousin married a guy from Indonesia like 30 years ago, back in the day. And when she was over in Indonesia, they served her the ceremonial Indonesian dish, and they all sat around laughing at her while she was eating it. And then she's like, "Oh, what are you guys laughing at?" They're like, "Oh, we just fed you dog."
Yeah, we're doing that deep for us.
You eat that around the eye. You will eat that's a dog.
Oh.
With the noodle. You eat the dog with the noodle. You eat it. Now you want to.
You eat the man best friend.
Hey, as long as it tastes good.
They come out picking their teeth. They're like, no, you'll get bigger dog next time. I have family come over from Laos.
Yeah, she said it was delicious.
Horrible. I'm joking, man. Those jokes, man.
Josh, have you heard any like Dogman or Bigfoot stories out around Crowley, Texas?
Crowley, Texas. Let me think. East, is that southeast?
Mr. Crowley.
It's south of Fort Worth, over there by Benbrook Lake.
Okay, so it's south. It's northeast. Then would be central, but northeast, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Or mainly around the Benbrook Lake area.
Okay, all right. So you would be talking. Tell me if I'm right or wrong here. I'm thinking, is it like northeast of Comanche?
No.
Not Comanche. What is that town where
Cleburne.
Phoenix is from?
So you have Cleburne, then you got that new tollway that they put in that runs from Cleburne all the way up to Fort Worth there.
Oh, okay.
That's west of 35 a little bit.
I can honestly say I don't think so. Mm-mm.
Saginaw.
All right. No, Saginaw is on the north side of Fort Worth a little bit.
Yeah, Saginaw would be. What is that
most
town?
Most of the stuff that I have is on the south side of Fort Worth. So over there by the Benbrook Lake, me and my girl used to live at a stable.
Waxahachie.
Waxahachie is towards. It's south of Dallas, but it's damn, I had a brain fart.
We stopped to
I'm a
eat
truck
dinner
driver,
there.
so I go through there all the time. So
How close is Crowley to Waxahachie?
it's a long ways.
A
You're
long
closer to you're closer to Everman than anything.
Because south of Fort Worth, Dallas area, that Waxahachie area, we had quite a few in Comanche too. We had a few stories. Waxahachie.
My parents used to have a place in Comanche that they sold.
Wow, my cousin lives there. Mm-hmm.
Which I think whenever I was younger, I had a Bigfoot experience down there for whatever reason. Like my parents had a camper, and where I slept in it, there is a window. But for whatever reason, after they would go to bed, like, and I lay down, like I was scared to sit up and look out the window because for whatever reason, I always feared a face looking in at me. So I don't know if maybe I did that one night and it's in my subconscious. I don't know on that type of deal. But that was one of my fears growing up. But
that is very real, dude. There's very possibly that there was an entity like staring into the window outside where you were sleeping.
Well, my parents also said that a deer ran into their trailer one night.
Wow.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
I'm just like that. I mean, that don't seem right, but whenever I was growing up, that and so my dad had a friend come down there and
Is there anything? Is
camp
there
out
anything
in
on
it.
the property that might cause like a magnetic disturbance, like any power lines?
Hold on, Chato. Let him finish. Go ahead.
Okay, so after my parents built a house down there, they had a porch, then they had a front yard with a fireplace. My dad had one of his friends come down to hunt one year, and that dude stayed out in tent out in the front yard, and he said something walked around him at night. Like there was no lights or nothing, so it didn't cast shadows, but he said he woke up and heard something walking around, but it sounded big. And then after that, you know, he wouldn't sleep out in the tent. And then while, like, I don't know how long afterwards, but we also had a camper that sat behind the house that whenever me and my sister would go down there, we would stay in there versus staying in the house. And my sister woke me up one night saying something was shaking the camper, and something walked between the I don't know, the booger lights, what you call them, and the trailer, and it blocked out the window. But I mean, I wasn't looking out the window, just it blocked out. I just remember the next day we asked my dad if he was messing with us, and he said no.
Did you guys look for any footprints?
No, I was too young, man.
No.
Like that was back whenever I was like 9, 10, maybe 11. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
I know about
they
I
sold
know
the
about that,
property.
Johnny. Go on, sorry.
Oh, I mean, they sold the property like whenever I was 16. So, but I mean, hell, I wasn't into the Bigfoot until hell after I got out of the military in 2010. So,
Thank you for your service.
but
Oh, yeah, get him.
then so up there in Crowley, me and my wife, we would go and ride around. I guess the little city there, like they were just building it up, so they had a bunch of like new residential houses and stuff going up. But one of the nights that we left, like her stud horse was acting up a little bit, because we have, so where the stables is, like you come down to the road and you start, it has like a long loop around deal, but right next to the stables is like a stretch of woods. It's probably the size of like a football field or whatever section. Then it's a big field. Then the road wraps around that. Then you have railroad tracks that run along the road that goes off up there by Benbrook. But we were walking along the road. There was a train coming, so we got off the horses so they wouldn't spook, because we were on the road at night. Well, while the train was going by, something hollered at us from the tree line, but it was so loud that it sounded like it was in the ditch next to us. Like the horses both freaked out, and we ended up saying fuck the sorry.
The F word again.
Yep. We stopped the ride. We ended up walking back to the stable and putting the horses away and stuff, because we didn't know what that was. But
so
that's the whole reason why I asked about the Bigfoot Dogman thing up there,
Yeah.
because like I have no clue what yelled at us, but it was loud enough with the train coming by, because basically you got the road, ditch, railroad tracks, and then on the other side is the ditch, and then like probably a football field size field, and then you have another like football size field of trees, and then it's the stable where we were. But,
so I got a question. So thank you for that encounter, Johnny. And we'll just keep going around the horn here. Now we're going to go to somebody who's just on the show. Elf the Yowie Man. What's going on with you, man? What do you got going on for us?
G'day, how you doing, blokes? Been following you since the Vic Cundiff's show, and you were on there once or whatever. Been following you forever, man. I'm in the bunker down under, down in Australia, and I know all about the native folklore and the Aboriginals and stuff, and I've had some spirit encounters and some Yowie encounters out in the bush.
So you were on Abe's show one night, right?
Um,
Kind of breaking up there a little bit. Elf, are you there? Kind of breaking up.
it's just having a meltdown.
Oh, I think a
Yeah,
Yowie going
Starlink's
in
having a meltdown. Give me a sec.
there. Oh, maybe a Yowie had gone.
All right, yeah, I'm back. I can hear you now. I just closed some stuff in the background. My Starlink
Okay.
was having a bit of a meltdown. Sorry about that.
Okay, because I was watching one night and it looked like you got to an
No,
argument. Didn't you get in an argument with Abe one night on his channel?
No, I don't know. I argue with everyone, man.
And then I remember you saying you
I
didn't
just
like
have
me because
unfavorable opinions.
I was a bit of a macho man. You said I don't like him. He said, "Oh, he's a bit of a macho man." You're talking about me.
I don't know. Maybe you were just being a bit too machismo for me, bro. Too much machismo, bro.
Machismo.
I might have been having a mood, right? So good.
Well,
dude.
you know,
I think they're a good, bro. It's all good.
I don't care. A lot of people.
But
say
yeah,
a lot of things.
I've got a Yowie encounter that one of my best friends had, right?
All right. Good.
And have you heard the story of old Fire Hands? Right, you'd know that one.
Yeah.
About the Yowie.
Is this from the Blue Mountains?
Yeah. Well, I live a wee bit south of that, and we've got a Yowie at our local dump, mate. And he hangs around there, and everyone knows he's there, and you don't go to the dump after like 4:30 in the afternoon. You just don't.
Yeah.
And my mate lives on the back side of the hill in like the redwood forest and the ironbark out the back of the dump. Wait, am I fucking out again? Sorry, I swear.
Oh, we hear
F
you.
word today, man.
Just start a PRT swear
Gee,
jar.
that's what Anna was saying. PRT swear jar. Go ahead, man.
All right, so yeah, I don't know what's going on with my stuff. I might just turn my camera off. That might help me. There we go. I can at least tell the story then. So yeah, my mate rings me, and we're like about I don't know, like 17 or something, and we're just finishing high school, and his mum's a shift worker, and so is like his stepfather and stuff, and so no one's home but him, and he lives on the backside of this dump pile for the town, and we know there's a Yowie there, just like Fire Hands. And he rang me, and he didn't want to talk to me, and he was just frantic and said, "Put your mum on the phone." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then my mum talked to him, and I just hear this, yup, okay. And she just hangs up, jumps in the car, and we rally out to his place. And he's got a bag packed, and he runs across the driveway and dives in the back passenger seat. And as we're turning the driveway, and the headlights are casting past the gum trees and stuff, going around the like circle of the driveway to turn back out, I'll swear I saw a shadow that was not the shadow of a tree, and it was this big, huge black thing behind the bloody tree. And it took me years to get the story out of him, dude. Literally like 2 or 3 years for him to actually tell me what he saw. And apparently this thing was in his window. And it was like, you know, they did that window licker thing when you're a kid and you walk up to the glass and load your cheeks up on it and show your teeth and you lick it or whatever. That stupid window licking kid thing. It did that on his window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's the story I've got. And I believe him. He's my best friend. And I reckon I saw I reckon I saw it. And yeah, but I can't prove that I saw it, but he saw it, and I reckon I saw it, but it didn't look like it was a shadow of a gum tree. It looked like it was standing behind there pretending to be a shadow of one, right?
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this, Elf. Have you ever heard of the Mooney Monster?
Is that like a specific place or like a specific type of
it's near Brisbane Water National Park.
I was about to say I've heard of Mooney the place, and I didn't know if you meant an American cryptid.
It's the Mooney Monster, the New South Wales. There was a
guy. I'm closer to the Pilbara, right?
Yeah, no, you're somewhere else. But there was a guy named Eric.
Yeah.
He that's what I thought you were at first when you came on. Eric, not Wagner. What was his last name? He had like a very like regal last name. Like it started with a W. Like not Winston, but it was something like that. Windsor.
Yeah.
Eric Windsor. No, it was Eric something, but he was a Yowie researcher.
Wimbledon.
It started with a W. I'm probably it's probably wrong. You know how early he said it starts with a B. Jefferson. That's probably what it's. But there was a guy that was always talking about the Mooney monster, but it had like a kind of a short snout on it, and it was near Brisbane Water National Park. And I remember it's a yowie. I can't tell you a whole lot about it, but he talked about it incessantly, and I interviewed him one time. It was another guy that was on my show, big time cryptid guy, but he was all into flesh and blood. And I remember he was very atheistic, and a lot of people didn't like him because he was saying a bunch of crazy stuff. And I remember
I grew up with indigenous. Oh, sorry.
No, he was a researcher out of New South Wales. What part are you from?
Yeah, I was about to say I grew up with local indigenous populations, and I'm actually inducted into their tribe when I was a little kid growing up with them. And their elders have taught me stuff about Yowies and mind speak and all this stuff, and I've tried to get out of them. Do you actually speak to them spiritually, or do you talk to them physically? And they said both, right?
I imagine.
There's no confirmed answer to this that I've ever gotten. You get both vibes, and they will communicate to you physically as well.
So, Richard, Dick, have you talked to Elf here before?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, because I remember that one night y'all were all on there jumping on and off on Abe's channel, and I just heard a bunch of people talking crap. People were messaging me. They're like, "This Elf guy said he doesn't like you," and I'm like, "I don't even know who this is." I was like, "This is right."
Well, I don't know what I'm talking about.
It was as bad as an American, and I realized he was Australian.
I probably had a bitch and saying, "Oh, he's been a tough guy American. Look at his epic chains and his rings and stuff. I can't afford that." That's probably all it would have been. I was just having a bitch and a beer.
I can't understand anything you just said. It was
It's like cutting out.
You're cutting out a little bit there, Elf.
Okay. Anyway, I just want to
kind of wild at night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you have a lot of different encounters with these creatures, and what do the Aboriginals say about these creatures as far as the dream time, the real time? What do they think? What do they say about these? The blue.
They were here first.
Well, yeah, but
yeah, they were the first people of our lands. They were here first.
Were the first. They're not even people.
First living.
Well, we think they are people, and they're just a different kind of people, and they were here first.
Some weird
and
people.
they helped the original Aboriginals moving into Australia 50,000 years ago learn the land. Is kind of what we say. Like you wouldn't be able to survive in the Australian bush if the Yowies didn't help you out, mate. You'd get crushed.
Yeah. Well, that's for sure, because they would know where the steam vents are to give you water. Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, we're very non-volcanic, but we do have these like sinkhole things, right? And I've seen a black fella. No shit, man. I've seen a black fella walking around in the middle of a flat field, and he says, "Oh, there's water over there," and he walks over and turns over this stone, and there's just this drop shaft down into this rock fissure of all this fresh water. And they literally got this stone and they put on it to protect it from evaporation. And it just fills up from the groundwater. And you can smell the thing, dude.
I wish I could. You're breaking up. What he's talking about, though, and I understood a little bit what you're saying, because you could walk around in the outback, and I'm not even joking. I mean, like if you're in Darwin, okay, and that's in northwestern Australia, and you just walked 100 miles from there into the interior, there's nothing. I'm not even joking. You would die. I mean, it's like thousands of miles of nothing. But what people don't realize, and what the Aboriginals have, and I know one named Patrick who's told me a lot of crazy stuff. I was on a ship with him a long time ago, and he told me, he's like, "Hey, you go in the middle of the Australian outback, you're gonna die." And he's telling me, he's like, "Well, there's water right below you. You could be dying on top of water." And he told me, and he said, "But if you dig and you know how to dig, you can find these shafts where there's these artesian wells. It's not volcanoes, but they're so deep."
The Artesian Basin is one of the freshest aquifers in the world, and we haven't polluted it yet.
That's right. And people don't realize this, but they have these long sticks that they carry with them. And they literally they fold them up and they're expandable and they're about 20, 30 feet. And if you bring it back up and it's muddy, wet, then there's water down there. And if you hit it hard enough, it'll come up like a geyser. I'm not even joking. This is what he told me. And he said the water's hot, but it's drinkable, but it also smells like sulfur because it's so down in the earth. But sulfur water is not the worst thing. I mean, you could drink it.
I've literally seen a brother in the outback say there's water under that rock over there, and he flipped it over, and there was just this like shaft down to the basin, and you could just dip a cup in it. It was that surface level. And someone else in the past had obviously put a rock over it to protect it. And this dude could literally smell it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched.
Well, you can smell it because a lot of it smells like sulfur, but it's very rich in nutrients. And when the earth gets black, because at one time, now this had to have been millions of years ago, and in fact, I think it goes back about 2 million years. There was a big giant volcano there. There's one rock that they hold sacred too. It's like this black plateau. And when you look at it, it looks like a giant tree. My sister's brother.
It is a fossilized tree.
It is. It looks like a giant cut it down. I'm not even joking. Like
they did.
And so exactly. And that
I know the volcanic salt pillars that have been eroded in the center of like old volcanoes, and that's all left. And they look like trees. Yeah.
Very crazy stuff.
All right, before I leave, I'll just give you a quick rundown of the 3 types of Australian yowies before I go. Just before we move on with topics, maybe.
Go ahead.
So we've got, in my area, we have the Dooliga, and he's like the cannibal of the outback. And he's like the one that's got the red eyes and the fangs. And he eats all other kinds of people and yowies, right? He's the snatcher in the woods. And then we got these little ones called Junjati. And they're little bastards, mate. And because they're small, they're just hyper, like, active around children. And that's why you don't let your children wear bright clothing in the forest when you go camping. And I think that has a lot to do with the missing 411 kids. As kids going missing, and it's literally another Sasquatch kid wanting to go play with it. Because young apes of different species will play with each other, but they don't realize they have different strengths. And like a baby chimpanzee will literally pull like a baby monkey's arm off and think it's playing. You know, and I think that happens to human children wearing bright clothes. Anyway, that's the Junjatis. And then we got the Quinkans up north, and they're the tall, thin ones, and they're super cool and chilled. And they'll walk around and take you to water if you're about to die. As you respecting the land. And so we got like 3 kinds. We got the cannibal one, we got the tall, cool ones, and we got the little bastard ones.
Little ones. So tell us the name of the cannibal ones again, so we can stay away from them. What's it called? What are they called again?
Dooliga or Dooligal, depending on what tribe or dialect you speak. But it's basically Dooligal or Dooliga on the southeast coast of Australia. Like mid-New South Wales is where Dooligal's from. And if you go north, they get more chilled out and they're taller and skinnier. But we've got like that giant Alaskan-looking Sasquatch, but ours isn't calm like the Alaskan one because ours is big and it eats everyone, right? It just eats everyone.
Well, Elf, Yowie, I'll say this before you go then, just so you have something to chew on. I've actually seen one of these Sasquatch out in the open, and it materialized out of nowhere between 2 vehicles when I was driving. So I've actually seen fully one out in the open in broad daylight, and they're huge, at least 10 foot tall.
Oh, dude, I've heard of people that have been 3 parties witnessing a Yowie encounter in Australia, and one said it went behind a tree, and then it came out the other side looking like a hiker dressed in bright clothing, and it just ran up the mountain and he couldn't catch him. The other person said it turned into goanna, and it crawled back up the tree trunk and hid inside it, and the other person said it went behind it and simply vanished.
Yes.
And I think there's portals and stuff. And
And
Yeah,
there's
like
big
even
things like-
alien encounters sound a lot like fairy abductions from the medieval age. They're using the
Right.
same words, right?
Mm-hmm.
and it's different frequencies, and so they can tune into a person's frequency. Okay, you're going to see me do this, you're going to see me do this, and then you're going to see me do this, just as you described. So these beings can do all this stuff, and it's all interconnected. I go into some other deep stuff I've learned recently about myself, but it's just like, you're right, man. I believe those people each experienced what they experienced because each of them are being shown a different view of reality, and this thing's been able to manipulate.
Well, I don't know if it's actively imposing it on you, or is it
It could be
just saying
tricking too.
you can't see me, and your mind itself has a way of cloaking it, right? And so people see what is more familiar to them, like the difference between an alien abduction and being stolen by the fairies. They're the exact same language. And same as like some of these kids that come back from the Sasquatch abductions. It's literally the same language of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very interesting too when you look at the layout. Like, there's a lot of different cattle stations there in Australia that report these, and we talked about this on the show. I say megalania because I think they are, and a lot of the cow punchers there. Just so you know, cattle station is a ranch. They call them stations there. And Adelaide has a big one. Alexandria has another one.
Cubby Station, I got bros that work on Cubby Station, mate, and it's like 100,000 hectares.
Well, yeah, they're massive. Australia and Brazil have two of the largest cattle industries in the entire planet. I've known a lot of cowboys, gauchos, as they call them, from Brazil, and these cowpokes, that come from Australia. We used to have my great uncle's ranch had a guy that was from Australia, and I thought he was the coolest guy in the world. He's like, because Crocodile Dundee was popular back then.
Yeah.
And I said, Jacob was like Crocodile Dundee. He talked like that, He's so he talked like this, and I thought he was cool, man, because he was a cowboy. He was a straight up cowboy. And he's like, we got massive stations, mate. There's lots of cattle over there, tons of cattle. And then I met Gilberto, who was a gaucho from Brazil. You remember those brothers? We won a bunch of money betting on them at what are the names? When we went to the bull riding event at Scruggs, we won a bunch of money, like $2,300 on those two brothers, man. What are the names? They're and then there was that black dude from he was on that show. He was cool, man. From the Gamblers. It was him, and then that dude Josh, and then those two brothers. But they were all bull riders, right? And then there was this other kid from Australia. They called him Red something. That dude, when we were at Belton, he was at the one. He was from Australia, and people were like, "Australian?" Like, they were shocked that these Australians and these Brazilians. I say, "Hell yeah, they're cowboys, dude. They're as good as anybody in Texas, man, because they got huge cattle stations, there." But yeah, there was a lady who had told me a story. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she was really nice. Her and her whole family were really nice people, and they had a cattle ranch right there in Alexandria. And
we got more wild camels in Australia than Arabia has. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
We got more wild feral camels in Australia than Arabia, mate. It's so big and no one's looking after the joint. There's just not enough people to shoot it all, right?
It's true. And then you got dingoes. Do you know the dingo wrangler is an actual job in Australia? No, I'm not even bullshitting, man, because they kill so many kangaroos out in Western Australia that along the fences.
No, they attack kids on Stradbroke Island. It's a holiday park. People keep feeding them, dude. And dingoes can swim. They will literally swim to the island and repopulate it if you're cold whole bloody island. They'll just swim like fucking 5Ks out there and
I'm telling you, man, those dingoes are something else, bro. For real.
But did you know dingoes can?
They're on the coast.
They can turn their head over 180 degrees, and if someone grabs them by the scruff of the neck, they can turn their head and bite your hand off.
Bite them. Yeah, they're and they hang out.
They've only got hands like.
Yeah, they'll come up to people and people think, "Oh, it's like a dog," That's not a dog.
No,
it's
like a dog. They've got hands in. They can literally reach in through the wire of the chook pen, grab the chook by the head, pull it through and eat the head off is what a fox can do, and dingoes have got that too. They've got
dingoes
fucking
are
hands,
tough,
man. Yeah,
And you got to be tough if you're a little dog that breeds and you live amongst crocodiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
So many
crazy.
things
Dude.
that can
So many
kill you.
things that can kill you, and they're just everywhere, dude. These
Get
dingoes
boxed out.
I read a funny story about a shit dog, and it was like a little terrier on the beach barking at everyone, and it was harassing the pelicans. And this big pelican just scooped it up in its like jugular, flew out about 1 kilometer, and just dropped it in the ocean. And these old people at the beach are freaking out, and it's like, yeah, serves you right. Your dog's a bitch.
That's horrible. Oh man! But the dog was being unruly, right?
Yeah, it was being an asshole to everyone, man. This pelican just scooped it up, flew it out 1 kilometer, dropped it in the drink, and the thing's like
But you know,
I don't know,
that ain't gonna
8
stop a
inches
dog,
long. It was
though.
one of them tiny dogs.
So unless one
It's
of
one
your
of the
great
little
whites,
retarded pug terriers. Yeah. Well, no, it'd just be fucking dinner for.
it'll swim back. It'll make it back.
It wouldn't even
Man,
need a shot.
dogs are resilient, dude. My dog swam 400 yards. It jumped off a cliff, followed me, and swam 400 yards across the lake to get to me. I was mad. I told him to stay, but he wouldn't like to swim. He swam. He was like nothing.
Yeah. When
we
I
had catfish the size of
when
a
I was a
Volkswagen.
kid, they left one. When I was a kid, they were all fucked up, stoned, and the old man and his
Stop saying
hippie
the F
friends were out surfing at the beach. We're out surfing at the beach, and they left a bloody dog there when they went home. And we're having a barbecue in the afternoon, and all of a sudden the dog rocks up in the backyard covered in mud, wet as a shag, like a bird. And it's just tired as hell. And it swam like 5Ks up the like local river channel to our backyard and just come up the backyard because they left it at the beach. And we're like, oh shit.
Wow. Well, okay, Elf. It was good meeting you. Good talking to you. Hope that
All
your
right,
opinion
good night,
will
everyone.
change.
Talk to you later.
Yeah. All right. He just jumps off. Thank you later. Click. I had enough of you blokes from America. Goodbye. Click. So what happens?
Australian,
You all
forgive me.
suck. I want you to know that. Y'all just go die. Click.
You know how those indigenous people find the water hole to water hole?
Yeah, I do.
No, but I mean, do you know how they do it?
Okay, what are you going to tell? Some weird ass shit? Go ahead.
No,
They do it. They do a dance where they dance across the desert, and every move in the dance they'll remember, and they do the dance from one water hole to the next, and that dance might take like 2 or 3 days, but they're able to remember this in whatever part of their memory, and it gets them from water hole to water hole.
Okay.
All right, look it up.
Yeah. All right.
What I've heard and seen is that they will put salt in holes. A baboon will come and put their fist, because all animals like salt. But they'll grab onto the salt, but they can't get their fist out.
Where's the baboon at in Australia? Is
I'm
it
not
from
saying-
salty
from the zoo?
baboon hole, bro.
They escaped from the zoo.
I'm not talking about baboon.
You just said baboons.
Yeah,
What are
you
talking-
literally said
You
I'm
said
not
baboon.
talking about Australia, but I'm saying what I've seen.
Oh, I think I know what you're
What
talking
you've seen? Where did you go to where there were baboons like that?
about. Sounds like that's a trap that they do to
I'm talking about the Aborigines.
You just called them baboons, dude. You call the Aboriginals baboons.
You call them baboons. I'm
No,
talking
you-
about baboons.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about actual monkeys, which they would stick their hands.
Racist ass Asian dude.
They would stick their hands in these holes. The Aborigines
Anthony?
would capture them.
No, the Aboriginals like a baboon.
You're interrupting me when I'm trying to spin some knowledge.
That's called a monkey trap. They do that everywhere there's monkeys. You put a shiny little silver thing in a gourd and you tie the gourd to the tree and the
Shadow,
monkey
he's
puts his
laughing like
hand
a
in and won't let go.
Stop, bro.
That seems more plausible than just dancing for 17 days so I can find some water. What are you
How
talking
do you
about?
do it? Hey, hold on. How do you do it? How do the dance go? Jeez, did you hurt yourself?
No, this is my name.
Hit your knee? Jeez. Dick didn't say that they were going like this. He just said that they were dancing.
They got to remember every step, right?
It might be very rhythmic. and
Exactly.
beautiful.
Yes.
These are happy dreamers going around dreaming, dancing.
They're doing ballet.
You're over here like going crazy.
Oh, over there, I did the monkey step, and over there, I did the
You
kangaroo.
know what's crazy
hop.
though is when he was a kid, he was all into the Monkey King. When he was little, he would tell me about the Monkey King. I'm like,
That's
what is
the
the
cha-cha slide
what the
down
hell's
there.
the Monkey King?
That's
He was always
so cool,
talking.
bro.
He had these
So
books.
cool.
He had these little books about it, right? Remember the Monkey King? You were
I
on
would
it.
read the books. I'd watch, like, there's a show
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah, I watched a show about a monkey too. It's called Enchima.
But I never.
There wasn't a king. He was just evil.
Is the Monkey King Hanuman?
No.
No, it's Goku.
Yeah,
It's Goku-san. It's Goku-san.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I remember Stefan goes, "It's son. It's not his son. That's not his son. His son's a different guy. Goku-san is just." I said, "Yeah, I know it's Japanese." Yeah, I'm just making sure. He kept telling me like over and over again, "That's not his son."
Make sure you know.
Dude, I get it, dude. I understand. You had to tell me the first time. I get it. It's Goku-san. He's like, okay, he's making sure. Like he's making sure that I understood, right?
He just pops up from the bushes. It's Goku's.
You're on the toilet looking at your phone. Man, that was weird. And Goku, he's like, "Is that his son?" Oh, sorry. Why are you in the shower while I'm trying to take a poop? He'd be like, I was here first. Oh yeah, you were. I'm gonna finish shitting though. Sorry.
No, over there in Carnes at the zoo, like all the giant saltwater crocodiles that they got in there.
I could barely hear you.
And, what about now?
A little better.
You said something about alligator prison for fucking
No, stop saying the F word.
No, over there in Carnes at the zoo, like all the giant saltwater crocodiles that they caught and stuff. They have like little backstories on how
they're about to be turned into boots and belts or what?
Where they like one of them chased down a sheriff and ate his dog and stuff, and
wow.
like the saltwater crocodiles over there are huge. I know, like when we were in the Marine Corps, they wouldn't let us go out to the Great Barrier Reef because of the saltwater crocodiles.
What was your MOS?
There too. 0311.
0311 infantry, huh?
Yeah, infantry.
Straight up 0311.
Why didn't they just send you guys in to take care of all the crocodiles?
Crayon chewer, bro.
A crayon chewer.
Yeah, dude, that's my brother right there, dude. I was 11
or you could go 0333.
Bravo,
I
dude.
mean, you could be 03. What is it? 0330, 0333.
Nah, 0312 is like the machine gunner. It's only like 0311 or 0312 that are considered infantry, bro, and doc and medics. That's it.
Like you start up as
is that Army?
But if you're a
or
grunt
for anybody, dude.
So in the Marine Corps, 0331 is the machine gunner.
Machine gunner, yeah, 03, and then there's different things you could do. Like you could start off as a grunt, but you don't. That's the where when you go in as infantry, there's a lot of opportunities. You can go recon, force recon. You'll do your jump school. Well, if you go down to Pendleton, you'll do jump school at Benning because they're so stupid. They'll send you clear across the country to do Benning.
Yeah, bro.
If you don't get bit by snakes or get eaten by wild dogs, then they'll send you back to do dive school Coronado.
Yeah,
then you go to
I went in. I wanted to jump out of airplanes. I got to jump out of boats for 4 years.
Yeah, everybody does until they have to.
I did airplanes, bro. Airplanes are fucking excellent.
Until you don't like explosives.
Until you shrink like an inch and a half.
Hey, the Pacific Ocean is cold.
Yeah. Well, the airborne, those little
matter in the summer or not, it's cold.
Yeah. Yeah, all those little airborne guys, they're all little short fuckers, dude. Excuse my language, but they are.
Not all of us, bro. They're just like some corn-fed motherfuckers from Texas as big as you, Wolf.
No, they ain't. Not jumping out of planes, they're not, bro.
Yeah, they are, bro. You wouldn't even believe it.
101st is all. They're all 5'2". They're
101st is air assault. The 82nd is the airborne.
When they jump out of a plane, 82nd. When they jump out of a plane, they're short little dudes. I'm telling you, I have not met an airborne dude.
Nah, bro. Well, I have.
You're short. Don't you try to act. I know how tall are you, Chado? 5'4"? That's why those Londons are so small. That's big for you.
I'm 5'11", dude.
You ain't no 5'11". No way, you're 5'11", bro. Not if you were airborne. Were you airborne?
Yeah, I did. That's my grandfather. My grandfather's one of the first paratroopers.
Where were you at?
11th Airborne, dude, out of Camp McCall. I stomped in those grounds too.
Yeah. So you did your jump school at Pendleton, not Pendleton.
Benning.
Benning, yeah. Fort Benning. So you jumped the wall and then you jumped out of a plane?
The towers.
Dude, the towers. Yeah, you can't be a big, tall guy.
The towers
you will have no kneecaps left by the time you're done.
Dude, I can't even run right now, dude.
Well, if you are 5'11" and you're
either, I got bad knees.
Bro, like for real, yeah.
Johnny,
like,
where did you do
for real, dude? Like,
hold on.
I sent you my DD-214, bro.
You sent me a lot of stuff. I probably didn't even see.
Yeah.
Hold on,
look at it, bro. It's right there. It's got like
a special
qualification.
I will look at it. I will look at it. Mira, I will look at it. I would watch. I'll be right looking at it.
Look at it, bro.
So Johnny, let me ask you a question. All right. did you do Parris Island? Were you east of the Mississippi, or were you a Hollywood Marine out there in Pendleton?
I'm Hollywood.
That's not fair to call them that though, because you have Mount Motherfucker out there.
Unless they're Marsoc or Fort Yukon, they're not going to be jumping anywhere.
That's what they call it. Johnny, am I right? They call it Mount Motherfucker.
Yeah.
But you got to be Force Recon, or you got to be like a highly tactical Marine to be able to be airborne.
Okay.
So going through boot camp, it seems tall, but we ended up, because I was stationed up in Santa Onofre with 3rd Battalion 5th Marines, but we ended up going back to that mountain town, and man, that our First Sergeant's hill is bigger than that hill, and we used to PT up First Sergeant's hill. So
yeah, anywhere you go boot camp though, and if you're in a Marine Corps base, or even if you're in a garrison somewhere, because they have Marine Corps garrisons all over the place. They even have them at Nellis Air Force Base. I mean, there's a garrison. You could end up
every base has a stairway to heaven. Every base.
Well, what makes that hill so hard to do is because it's at the tail end of our Hell Week, which is up at Pendleton, and you're basically up that entire week doing stuff nonstop.
13 weeks ain't no joke, man.
Well, I actually went longer because I got a couple weeks into the first phase, and my knee popped back in place. I got
2 weeks, huh?
I got put into MRP, which is the sick bay people. But basically, the drill instructors couldn't ITU, make you do squats and all the other stuff. So they basically waterboard you almost with canteens. Basically, you got to drink a liter of water, and you can't throw up.
No, they don't. You fucking liar.
No. I mean, it's what we did.
I'm out of here.
Do you know that there have been people who have died, literally died, on in boot camp at Benning, Pendleton, Parris Island, all these different.
I could believe Benning
being waterlogged. They absolutely will make you drink too much water. Yeah, it happened. One of them.
So we had a dude come into MRP with a heart murmur, which I don't even know how he got to boot camp with that. They should have caught that in MEPS. But basically, he had to wear a little heart deal on his camis, and the drill instructors couldn't. Basically, they couldn't do nothing to him. He couldn't stand watch or anything like that because they stress him out. He could die, basically.
Yeah, and MEPS, if you did MEPS in San Antonio, it's not like they really give a shit. They're not really trying to look real hard. I can tell you that.
So I did MEPS in Dallas. I was actually recruited out of Arlington, right across from the Parks Mall.
Yeah. Because I know that if you do MEPS, there was a program, and it was in El Paso at Fort Bliss, but it was a Marine Corps style boot camp that was run for kids who didn't know how to act right, who didn't want to behave, and they would put you through there, and you could be in there as long as 3 months, almost as long as like actually how long the Marine Corps boot camp was. And these kids would go through that boot camp, and then when they would get out, they used to be back in the 90s, and they would allow you to, because a friend of mine went through it, and then they had him go straight into the Marine Corps, but he was in MEPS, and they had him handcuffed to the table. These other people were like, "What do you do? Why are you handcuffed? What do you?" And he was like, "Because I'm still a property of the state of Texas, and then they're going to release me, and I'm going to become a Marine." But they don't do that anymore, and they used to do it for violent offenders. But they don't do that anymore.
They used to give you a choice, military or jail.
Jail, yeah. Yeah, that's the old days. Well, guys, it's been fun. I had a good time. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. And, this is our show coming back after a few weeks off from the call-in show. We're going to start doing it regularly. Thank you to everybody who showed up. Dick Richards, obviously. Johnny, thank you for showing up. Jake, Chaplain Tony, and Under Fire. Under Fire, I need to record with you.
Yes, we do.
When are you available? Because I'm going to be recording. Do you?
We have a long weekend this weekend. All 4 days, Friday to Monday.
Let me know, because I got to get some stuff done. I need to get recorded or whatever. And yeah, it's been fun. And I know it's funny because like it's weird. I know a lot about military from all different countries. I know a lot about it different, because one of those people, like if I hear something once, I can usually remember it, but not always. And I have a lot of friends who've done a lot of different things, and I've interviewed a ton of people. So I've just amassed a lot of knowledge. And yeah, that's where that comes from. Yeah, people are going to be like, oh, who's in the military? He was kicked out. He got kicked out. They're going to say something bullshit like that. No, don't get excited. Don't get excited, ops. Don't get excited.
I have a few more stories that I wasn't able to get out, but I'll save that for the next call-in.
Yeah, and there again, Jake, let me know if you got something that you think is show worthy. We could talk about it, and I could get you on. We could record too, because I got a lot of, I want to do a lot of recording for the podcast episodes.
Well, I do have that, like an entire incident in a hospital where I was being attacked by a demon.
Yeah, don't tell us, because we've talked. So don't give it away. We're going to talk about it because we don't have time right now. Everybody will be like, "Oh, you stopped him," because I got to go. I got to go to work. But here's the thing: do you have my information?
Yes,
Are you on my Facebook, Jake?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hit me up on Messenger. Messenger, not through the email, because I get you through the email. Thank you to everybody who donated. Slim Jimmy, what's up, Slim Jimmy? Slim Jimmy, I'd like to get you on to record too for the podcast, because I'm gonna do a lot of recording, get a lot of people's encounters. Because we talk here, but the pod people, they don't watch this.
They don't know.
Yeah, so we got to get them on over there so they can hear the stories. Jimmy's got some pretty good stuff. He came on one night and told some stuff. So yeah, I'd like to get all you guys on. Because you know what's crazy? Like, okay, so Dick Richards, you told your story on the podcast a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of new people over there on Spotify and those other platforms.
Let's do it again.
And they were like, I like that guy, Dick Richards. Where did he come from? I'm like, dude, that dude was from way.
Shout out to the Spotify.
Yeah, the pod people are weird. I'm telling you. And then they'll be like, have you ever thought about this? Like there's like these different Earths, and I'm like, we talk about that all the time on the YouTube channel. They talk like they just discovered fire.
Yeah,
for real. I get a kick out of it, man, because my cousin, he's like that. All he listens to is the podcast. He's a cowboy. He's out there on his ranch. He's like, yeah, I was listening to your show. He probably don't even see me on the YouTube. He goes, I don't look at YouTube. I just listen to the podcast. So he's over there listening to the podcast, and he asked me a ton of questions. I'm like, man, I said, if you weren't my cousin, I'd slap the shit out of you, man. He asked me so many damn questions. But because you don't watch the show. That's why. You didn't watch it. But you got to understand that's how they are, right? But thank you, Dan Taylor. Thank you for donating. Thank you for that. We really appreciate it. We are actually.
Josh, I have a question before you do get off. So are y'all going to be doing the call-in shows on YouTube, or are y'all going to be moving everything over to Patreon?
No, call-in show is going to stay on YouTube. Right now, we're doing 2 of the of these live streams. We're going to do 2 tomorrow night's a live stream. That's going to stay free right now. And this is Anthony's decision. He made the decision. He told me he didn't give a damn what we thought. He said we were monkeys. He said, "Shut up, y'all stupid monkeys! Y'all don't know what you're doing." So I said, "Okay, whatever, Anthony." He's a jihadist, dude. He could blow us up. We don't even want to mess with him. We're just like, nah, man, don't blow up the house. Come on, man, don't blow us up. Because he's got that beard. He comes down the stairs. He's like, no.
He can blow us up, send our souls to Vishnu.
Where we're going, right?
It's crazy,
dude. The other day, Anthony got this dude good. He went to the store. It was one of those little stores like that, right? The guy's from Bangladesh. I knew he was from Bangladesh. I told Anthony, I said, that guy, he's from Bangladesh. You could tell because the way they talk. And Anthony's like, you were from Bangladesh? He goes, yes, my friend, you too. Anthony's like, yes. He did like his arm. He does that. He goes, I just got here from Bangladesh. Yes, I did. And then the guy goes, what city? Anthony goes, Happy Puppy. That dude goes, I don't think you're from Bangladesh. There's no city called Happy Puppy. I pie, papa. And I was like, something like that. I said, I pop a pie. What the? And we walk out. Anthony goes, I just made that up. What is he talking about? I goes, maybe it was a city.
Oh my god!
It was called Ipa Pie or some apple pie or some shit. I was like, I don't even know what he was talking about. I had taken a gummy. So I was just like, kind of, let's get home because my back was killing me, man. That Delta 9 though, you'll F around and find out, right? You don't know what's gonna happen. It's kind of like gambling. You're like, oh shit. High for 2 days. I crapped out. So that one though, Yvonne was, the German lady. She's like, you'll take this gummy and you won't be high. It'll just make you feel better. I took it and I was just a little bit trippy. And Anthony was messing with me. He told that guy, he's like, I'm from Happy Puppy. That dude goes, you are not from Bangladesh. I don't know where you're from, but it's not from them. And he goes, I'm Mexican. And the guy was like, he's like, ooh, brother, ooh.
What's that, brother?
You have worse water than us.
They do.
So we walked out. I thought I was going to get some free stuff. We get nothing for free. Because I get out of my store. Go here. Get out of here.
Oh, nice going, Anthony.
He didn't do that. He's like, you infidels, get out of here. Mexican. Like on South Park, they're like Cheech and Chong. We're not native. We're like Mexican. They're like, they start the ball water. They start spitting it out. Oh shit. Anyway, we have too much fun down here. See, Richard, you got to come down to Texas. You can be a part of this.
I know, brother.
That's where the fun is at. Look, who's this? Sailor, why are you just not showing up?
Late to the party.
That's not even her. It's a circle. It's just a circle going around.
Oh.
Whatever. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everybody who donated. Everybody, we appreciate that. And tomorrow night, we'll be back tomorrow night. That's a good thing about being here on Tuesday. We were a day late, but tomorrow night we have the show.
Amazing.
Right? Can't complain.
Yeah, the Sheba one. That's a great episode, buddy.
That was a finally you had to be right there up my ass when we were doing it. So you just I can hear about it. I gotta know.
I gotta get it out of you some way.
Yeah, you got it. You got the episode. But it wasn't like you thought it would be.
It wasn't at all. No, there was a serious twist to that story.
See? When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. See what happens?
That's true. I'm good at
Canadians. That. They got those little beady eyes. That's not what I thought it was about.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your buddy, guy. I thought it was a different story, guy. All right, guys, I'm out of here, man. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night, guys. I got to do some recording tonight, too, before I get out of here.
Have a good night.
Love you all. See you, Tony.
Good night, y'all.
All right, good night, guys.
See you under fire.
Bye-bye, everybody.
See ya.
So, Dick, we'll see you. You going to be on tomorrow night? You going to come back?
Yes, sir. 100%.
If I thought you wouldn't overshadow me with your handsomeness, I'd let you be the co-host on Wednesday, but I can't do that because I got everybody.
I'm not like doing it on purpose. Just things happen in this world, right?
Because you're handsome until you take the hat off. Then they're like, "Ooh, brother, ooh, what happened? What happened? Brother?
Why do you think I wear the hat?"
I'm not gonna lie, dude. If y'all go and look at Dick Richards' Facebook picture, he looks like Hannibal Lecter.
Oh my god! No,
he's like this. He's like,
So
he looks like he just ate somebody's liver with some fava beans. He's like,
I showed this to my friend Steph, and she couldn't pick me out of the lineup on the live stream. She said that I looked like a 47-year-old fisherman that hadn't gotten any in a long time.
Oh man.
Yeah, she said it does me no justice.
She's kind to you, huh?
She's being nice, right?
Yeah.
That's brutal, dude. She told you that?
She did, yes. Yes.
Golly, that's brutal.
Stop throwing back some raw eggs, Richard.
That's probably because he's always like this. You know, he was a frowner as a kid, too. Here's Richards right here. The whole episode, he used to do that. He's just like confused, but angry.
Yeah.
Like he was waiting for somebody to mess up on the violin so he could eat them. All right. Okay, Hannibal, we'll see you.
Love you guys. Bye.
All right. Good night.
Later, Richard.
All right, folks. So we'll see you tomorrow night, man. Tomorrow night, we'll have a show. We're going to finish up talking about Albert. Okay. And well, not that, but we're talking about his brother, Arturo. But we're going to talk about Albert tomorrow and what he saw, what happened to him at this junkyard or tow yard from hell. All right, guys. Good night.
see me. One day you'll notice something missing, and you'll turn to look for me, and I'll be gone. Just a memory, a fleeting memory, forever chasing me like a haunted cemetery. Forever you'll be missing me. I'm manifesting through the pain, like a whisper lost in the rain. In the night I'd fading like a ghost train. You have only yourself to blame. An empty carriage, a carnival of pain, with ghosts standing in the rain. My memory, your pain. Just a memory, a fleeting memory, forever chasing me like a haunted cemetery. Forever you'll be missing me. I'm manifesting through the pain. In darkness, you'll scream my name, but no one will hear. It's just you and your fear. I'll never be near. You'll imagine me, my hands touching, my ghost dancing. Looking into my eyes, you'll see all your lies. You'll remember all the tears I cried. Just a memory, a fleeting memory, forever chasing me like a haunted cemetery. Forever you'll be missing me. Just a memory, a fleeting memory, forever chasing